NFC West for NFC West supremacy. Now, granted, if the San Francisco 49ers were to lose, they still would retain, the number one spot in the divisional standings. But first and 10, Jimmy G, handoff. It's Tevin Coleman. He's got nowhere to go. He'd probably get pushed forward for about 1 yard. All right, we are live on YouTube. Yes, we are. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can see me in the chat room on YouTube, just put "I can see you." Can you see me? Can you hear me? All right, we are live on Hot Mic. We're live on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of those videos in which it works best if you are watching the game live. If you're watching the playback hours after the game, you're probably going to be asking yourself, why is it that you're not seeing the playback? Well, there's copyright reasons for that. So you got to listen to me live while you're watching the game. I might add, the San Francisco 49ers just lost 1 yard. We're going to be set up in 3rd and long on the opening possession for the 25 multiplied by 2s minus 1s. But live on the Hot Mic, this beautiful thing about the mic is you have an opportunity to listen to the creator of your choosing rather than listening to Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, Booger McFarlane of all people. All right, back in the days, you could hear some Gruden grinders live on the TV, but you don't get that opportunity anymore. He's coaching in Oakland. What you need to do is download the Hot Mic app. Use the promo code Adonis and listen to the Chiseled Adonis live. 3rd and long, Jimmy G over the middle connects with his man, moving the chains to the 42-yard line. The San Francisco 49ers picked up a first down. It was 3rd and long, all right? See, the San Francisco 49ers thought perhaps they would be forced to punt. That is not the case. They took advantage of the nickel corner, it appeared to be, and they're moving the chains. I believe that is, who caught that ball? That is Bourne. Bourne caught the ball, not Airborne, because this isn't the WWE, but it's a first down for the San Francisco 49ers to the 41-yard line. And keep in mind, if you started George Kittle on your fantasy team, this was the worst week to do it because he's not playing, inactive. He's got a knee problem, all right? And we got a free play. It appears there's an offside on the play. There was some contact from the defensive tackle Reed of the Seattle Seahawks contacting the offensive left guard of the San Francisco 49ers. That's a 5-yard penalty. More yardage being picked up for the San Francisco 49ers on the opening drive. All right. I am on Eastern Standard Time. Ask Ryan in the YouTube chat room. All right. Here we go. But if you have an Apple iPhone, all right, do me one favor. I need you to download the app. If you're watching this on YouTube, download this app. I put the link there. Use the promo code Adonis. Download the app. Watch it over there on Hot Mic. 1st and 5 for the 49ers. Porn star Jimmy G takes the snap, dropping back. Jadeveon Clowney activating his dreadlock powers. He was coming. He gave him a good hit in the backfield. Pass sails incomplete. 2nd and 5 for the 49ers as they put the camera on Marquise Goodwin. Here we have a donation in the chat room. Mr. Michael Law 2011 says, welcome to Hold My Nugget Studios for your NFL commentary. You're darn tootin'. You're right, buddy. You are right. We are live on the stream on Hot Mic on YouTube. All right, it feels like we're both watching the game. You're darn right. That is the feeling that I want you guys to have. You see how people on YouTube, you see how people all over social media, they have these watch parties? That's exactly what we're having. We're watching the game together in real time. You don't get this sort of opportunity with most creators. Play action fake, 2nd and 5. Jimmy G going down the field. Pass broken up. That appears to be Shaquille Griffin. Yes, it is. Activating his dreadlock powers. His brother only has two hands, or I should say his brother has one hand. He utilizes both of his hands to get the breakup. We're setting up 3rd and 5. Back-to-back plays. There's an individual with dreadlocks making plays. All right, and Jadeveon Clowney was there once again. His helmet is going to be building a relationship with Jimmy G all day. Oh, I see In the Clutch is in the building. What is going on, my brothers? Listen, let me tell you something about In the Clutch. If you're talking about reaction channels, they are the cream of the crop on YouTube. Go do me a favor. Go subscribe to them. They react to my videos too. 3rd and 5 pass it's intercepted. All right, by Shaquille Griffin. He activates his dreadlock powers. If you open up your Bible right now, what you're reading? You're reading Chronicles 13 verse 7. Can't stop, won't stop. The Lord our God has dreadlocks. And Shaquille Griffin catches the interception. The San Francisco 49ers turn the football over. Here come the Seahawks. And if you weren't briefed on the current rosters. You see, there was a man who left New England. All right, there's a superhero who left New England. And what transpired? Well, Flash Gordon's approaching. He's coming to Seattle. Josh Flash Gordon is headed to Seattle, and I can't wait to see what he's going to do in the San Francisco against the San Francisco defense. However, there's a flag on the play. It was all a genjutsu. It never happened. Where's Thanos? Use the time stone. Reverse time. There's holding on the defense. It's coming back. The interception never happened. All right. Activate the ocular jutsu. Okay, you can't. It's not real. What you just saw is not real. The dreadlock powers may have been activated, but they cannot sustain for the down. Automatic first down for the San Francisco 49ers. Porn star Jimmy G takes the snap from the Seattle 49 over the middle pass. It's incomplete, going towards E-Man Emmanuel Sanders. B. Jordan Swaby in the chat room says, "Are your hands made for decoration?" No, mine is not. I can catch. Well, when I was younger, I could catch. I go out there now. You saw my Black vs. Brown series when I played one-on-one against Brown. I dropped about 3 passes. That was not good. So maybe my hands are just for decoration. What channel is the game on? Asked RIA. Well, the game is on ESPN, buddy. If you are unaware of what game is on, it is the San Francisco 49ers, the undefeated San Francisco 49ers, taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Hand-off jet sweep to Matt Breida. He picks up what appears to be about 3 yards out of bounds, and is going to set up third and manageable for porn star Jimmy G. Let me tell you something. This man sleeps with porn stars. He need to start sleeping, doing to the defenses what he does to those adult film harlots. All right, you got to start taking advantage of defenses. It's the opening drive. You can set the tone. It's a divisional matchup. There's a rivalry that's over here. Richard Sherman with the deflection to go to the Super Bowl. He's now on the other side. They may not have the same bad blood. The same players may not have been involved, but the organizations, the fan bases, they remember. They got on the South Park. Remember? They remember. 3rd and 6. Jimmy G looking left. He connects with Emmanuel Sanders right at the first down marker, and there's more laundry on the field. It appears there's, oh no, they're calling pass interference on the defense. If you look on the sideline, you see that man with the headset. That is Ken Norton Jr., the old linebacker for not only the 49ers, but also the Dallas Cowboys. The only player in NFL history to have won 3 consecutive Super Bowls. That's a little known fact, all right? Nobody's going to point that out. I'm going to point it out. Why? Because I'm the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis, and you can only get those kind of facts here on the Chiseled Adonis channel. But what you need to do is, if you have an iPhone, do me a favor, download this app that I'm putting here in the comment section on YouTube. You download that, use the promo code Adonis, you utilize this free hot mic app where it gives power to the creators. You sit over here and you listen to the creator of your choice provide commentary live on the game. Might I add, during the game, there's another dreadlock powers that was activated. Flowers just sacked Jimmy G. Hit him from behind the same way he does to those adult film stars. It's going to be 2nd and long for the 49ers. It appears once again, I am not a liar. You understand what it is that I'm saying. The power of the dreadlocks is on display. Seattle's defense has been using it every single time they made a positive play. You had Clowney. All right? You had Griffin. Now you got Flowers. All of them. What's the constant? Dreadlocks. You better watch out for those dreadlock people, man. You better watch out for those dreadlock people. They are a havoc to deal with. 2nd and 12 from the 43-yard line. Here come the 49ers. Jimmy G over the middle, connects with Emmanuel Sanders. He breaks. Well, it doesn't necessarily break a tackle. He gets tripped up. All right, listen to some, what's her name? LMI. Tripping on you. But it's a first down. It's a first down, all right? In the clutch, bless me with the bars. Thank you very much. I got the bars now. Don't make me bust out some singing. I bust out some singing. Ross gonna have to dance live on the commentary. I don't know how it's gonna happen. He gonna have to type in he's dancing currently in the comment section. We're gonna have to visualize him killing it. But that brother can dance. Shout out to Ross. You getting it done over there. Y'all go and follow Ross, man. Now, 1st and 10 for the 49ers from the 30-yard line. Play action fake. Porn star Jimmy G over the middle connects with Matt Breida for a 4-yard gain, tackled immediately by Bobby Wagner. Let's talk about Bobby Wagner for a second, all right? Bobby Wagner last year didn't miss a single tackle. Do you know how elite you have got to be to not miss a tackle, all right? Most times you can't go a game in Madden without somebody missing a tackle. Bobby Wagner ain't miss a tackle. That's scary, okay? He was on other opposing bodies like underwear. He did not miss a tackle, not at all. All right, 2nd and 5 from the 25-yard line. Porn star Jimmy G, handoff to Matt Breida, tackled immediately in the backfield by who? That's Flowers. What's on the back of his head? Dreadlocks. I'm telling you, if you don't got dreadlocks, you better grow some. If you could go buy some Fox dreadlocks, go and buy some Fox dreadlocks, all right? But don't walk around in, around Hollywood, because, they're going to stop you. It's appropriation, but we ain't talking about that right now. What we're talking about is 3rd and 5 inside Seattle Seahawks territory for Kyle Shanahan and the San Francisco 49ers. They're walking to the line, 13 seconds left on the play clock. They got a single high safety on defense for the Seahawks, so what I would run here is utilize that middle of the field. Jimmy G's got time. He throws it towards the middle. But who's got butterfingers? Whose hands are just for decoration? Who couldn't catch a cold in Antarctica? Maybe that's Marquise Goodwin, because the ball went right through his hands. It's incomplete, 4th and 5. It appears that the San Francisco 49ers going to have to settle for a field goal. Look at the ball right through his hands. He is an Olympic, I believe he runs Olympic speed in track and field. Perhaps that is the profession he should have went and followed. Ridiculous. All right, let's look at the chat room because there's an injury on the field. Hopefully that individual is all right. I could not see the number. I could not tell who it is. When we return from break, perhaps we'll find out. But let's take a look in the chat room. We have 468 people in the building. All right, live here on YouTube. And do me a favor, if you have an Apple iPhone, if you're just now tuning in to the stream, if you have an Apple iPhone, do me a favor. Here, I'm putting in the comment section, in the chat room, a link. What you're going to do on that link is click where it directs you to the Apple Store. You download the Hot Mic app. It is absolutely free. You're not being charged a dime. You use the promo code Adonis. You watch me live over there. It is the exact stream. It's the same stream. However, there's a little bit of a difference. On YouTube, there's a bit of a delay. All right? So, although you're watching me live, what just happened on the screen, you're about maybe 27 seconds behind. On the Hot Mic app, we are completely synced and live. You get every reaction in real time. So do me a favor. If you have an iPhone, go download that app. Utilize the promo code Adonis. Watch me live over there. And you could still have me in the chat room communicating with you guys here. B. John Swaby asked once again, what happened to his hands? Darn it, I wish I knew what happened to his hands. We got 482 in the building. How is it going, guys? Whoo, I do appreciate you guys for tuning in to the stream. Live here. Hold My Nugget Studios coming to you live. Magnificent. Do me one favor. We got 140 likes in the room at the current moment. Do me one favor. We got 490 in the building. Let's get those likes up. All right, let's get those likes to 250. Let's get the likes to 250. There's an individual mentioning Nick Folk. We're not going to talk about that kind of negativity. Somebody says the Steelers suck. Well, they won 4 in consecutive. All right, they won 4 consecutive. Doink the Clown, Cody Parkey. Thank God he's not playing today. Happy Veterans Day. I might add as well, today being November the 11th. Shout out to every single veteran. If you have served in the armed forces, I truly appreciate you and thank you for your service to our country. We are back live. It appears that Jadeveon Clowney, the dreadlock powers of Clowney, is headed into the blue tent. I'm not sure what transpired, but apparently there is an injury that is there. My eyelash is going into my eyeball. This is not what we want to have happen. Now my eyes going to look as if they're for decoration. If I can't see, let me try to fix this. All right, it's 4th and 5, 43-yard attempt for, I believe that's Robbie Gould. He kicks it through the uprights, and it's good. 3 points for the 49ers. They take an early lead over the Seattle Seahawks. No, I don't think that's Robbie Gould. That man looks far too young to be Robbie Gould. Let me figure out which kicker this is. All right, I'm not seeing the back of his shoulder. Somebody's going to correct me in the comment section. I already know that somebody's going to say, oh, this is who the kicker is before I can even get there. I'm going to find it before you do now. I'm going to find it before you. Better not be Cody Parkey either. I'll be upset if it's Cody Parkey. If Cody Parkey got signed, we're going to have a problem. Who is the kicker for the San Francisco 49ers? Why is it not picking up over here? Gould is hurt. Yes, Gould is hurt. That is correct. Robbie Gould is hurt. Why am I not seeing? Nailed it. Field goal puts a. What is McLaughlin? McLaughlin? That's his last name, McLaughlin? Well, like he makes bagels. What kind of name is McLaughlin? Listen, if your name is McLaughlin, no offense to you, but you just sound like you make bagels or you change tires. That name comes with a profession. Can't just name McLaughlin out here and you're like, I'm running for president. All right, President McLaughlin. It's just too much syllables. The presidents, if your last name got that much syllables, I don't know. America, we kind of stupid. So I don't think we're going to be able to pronounce those kind of, his name is Chase McLaughlin. So he's chasing a McLaughlin. All right, that's great. I'm not going to keep saying his name. I'm just going to say Mick connected on 3. All right, here we go. Josh Moses says, you inspired Nick Folk to be perfect last game. I'm pretty sure that he did. All right. Jocks asked me, outside of the preseason game you went to a few years ago, have you been to any of the Steelers games? No, I have not, but I plan to this year. 1st and 10 for the Seattle Seahawks. Hand off to Chris. Don't leave my child in the car, son. He picks up 2 yards. It is 2nd and 8. We've got a donation coming in on YouTube from Sir Tan Lan Olinough. All right. Oldenough. All right. Adonis, my fantasy team has 206 points. My opponent has about 86. Does he need to take the L out of Lover and say it's over, brother? Well, brother, that all comes down to how many players he has left and what players that he has left. Because who knows? Back when I used to play fantasy, I remember I was down by about 100 points and I had a monster, primetime games. Because Sunday Night Football, I had somebody who had a sensational game. I believe it was when Ben Roethlisberger threw for 6 touchdowns against the Ravens. So I ended up coming back. And on Monday night, somebody else had a masterclass performance. So that was a wild fantasy afternoon. But I don't play fantasy anymore. Also, I missed a donation. Joey Overstreet says, hey, man, just so you know, if you take the monorail in Denver, you take the L train to Mile High, even if the Broncos win. Well, you're darn tootin' right, man. Nobody wants to take that L train, but hey, the monorail, that reminds me of the episode of The Simpsons. 3rd and 2 for the Seahawks. Russell Wilson cannot escape the pass rush. He is sacked by several different 49 linemen, but it's actually going to be 93 who got to him first. And it's going to be 4th down. It appears that the San Francisco 49ers is going to be getting the ball back. Talk about lack of protection. Okay, do not hire the Seattle Seahawks defense as your condom provider. Okay, don't call them if you need help with contraceptives. Just look what happened to the center. This man got pushed back. He started doing the lean back like Fat Joe. His shoulder pads touch the floor. If your shoulder pads touch the floor in your alignment, you're doing a bad job. You're gonna have a bad time if your quarterback has to deal with linemen backing up like that. What a booming punt. Good Lord. Out of bounds at probably it's gonna be spotted at most likely. Oh, they're gonna spot it at the 18. Well, I am shocked. That is a bald ref. We have a bald ref, ladies and gentlemen. He's out here officiating games, but his hair follicles are not working. But nonetheless, it's a 3-0 lead for the 49ers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live on the Hot Mic app. If you're watching me on Hot Mic, I truly do appreciate you for rocking with me. But if you're on YouTube, because we do have 505 watching and we only got 294 likes, can we increase the like number to 350? Let's see if we can get it to 350. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're watching it live on the Hot Mic. Do me a favor. If you have an Apple iPhone, then again, is there any iPhone that is not associated with Apple? Nonetheless, all right, you download from this link that I just put in the comment section here. All right, you utilize the promo code Adonis. You download the app. It's absolutely free. You're not getting charged a dime. You utilize the promo code Adonis. You make yourself a profile. You follow me on Hot Mic, and you stream my commentary on Hot Mic as we go. Because, listen, Hot Mic app gives creators the opportunity to usurp the commentators that you see on your screen. No longer do you have to listen to Joe Buck. No longer do you have to listen to Troy Aikman on commentary. No longer do you have to hear the spirit of Jason Witten. No longer do you have to listen to Booger McFarland, who since had his Booger machine. It got shut down. They didn't have enough WD-40 to keep, the wirings and the mechanism from holding it up. Booger's a little bit heavy. But you can substitute that commentary with me. The chiseled Adonis, the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the chiseled Adonis. So you can listen to me instead of having to listen to these old school, archaic sort of voices. All right, give power to the creator. Download the Hot Mic app, use the promo code Adonis. Watch me over there. You're getting the exact same stream. And the positive of Hot Mic is you have it directly synced with your television. You have that option to sync it with your television. So all you got to do is just mute the commentators. You turn up the volume on your phone, and bam, we are in business. The Chiseled Adonis is live in your living room. We've got a donation coming in on YouTube from Hayden Shoop. Is that Hayden Shoop? Am I putting the H in there? Or is the H silent? I'm just going to say soup, right? It says, very well deserved. Thanks for all the years, I'm reading extremely slow, worth of content. Good luck to Mason Rudolph and your Steelers moving forward. Thank you very much. We need that support because we just got over 500 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I am ridiculously ecstatic. Who needs Viagra in this house? When the Pittsburgh Steelers are winning, I am already erect. If you did not need that information, deal with it. You just got it. 1st and 10. Here come the 49ers from the 17-yard line. Play action fake. Jimmy G over the middle. Connects with, appears that's to be born. He's got a blocker out in front. Carries it. No, that is Samuel. That is Deebo Samuel. He carries it to the 47-yard line. Magnificent pickup. All right. I believe that's a 30-yard gain. You know, the funny thing about math, when you're doing math, I believe I had nearly a perfect score on the math on my SAT. Everything else was absolutely atrocious, but I did very good on math. Well, it appears my phone is ringing. Somebody's calling to try to correct to see if my SAT score was legit, what I said. Well, guess what? I'm not answering. You don't get to make the decisions here. Back to the game. Somebody is hurt on the floor once again. And it appears we're going to have to go to commercial break. But great pickup, great, advancement of the football for the San Francisco 49ers. Going to take over at the 47-yard line. Let's take one more look in the chat room. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for tuning in. 4:45 in the room. No, it's jumped down by 20. 4:25 in the room. I said 4. 5:25 in the room. My eyes are just for decoration. Click that like button. We're up to 387, but we've got 516. Let's see if we can get to 425 on the likes. All right. Let's see. We got a little bit of questions coming in the comment section here on YouTube. All right. We've got why don't you play fantasy football anymore? I retired after I won 3 consecutive championships. I did not see real value in it. It got to the point where now people wanted to get even more competitive than we really were, where they wanted to, hey, you know, you could put $250 down. It's like 20 of us in here. You're going to leave with a ton of money if you win. But I didn't really want to do that because every single time that I put money into something, for some apparent reason, things always go awry. Like you mess around and draft a quarterback, like, bam, I got Andrew Luck. I'm retiring. It's, oh, wait a minute. Or you just pick up Ben Roethlisberger. My elbow. He's gone for the season. You draft Cam Newton. My leg. He can't play anymore. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to leave fantasy alone. Also, I feel as if fantasy football kind of kills football for me. Because you'll sit there and you're watching the games. Like you are invested in every single game. But although a team is winning, you'll feel frustrated because a certain player isn't doing good. For me, it kind of ruins the football for me. Everybody else, you can enjoy it. I'm not telling you how to enjoy your football now, but for me, it feels kind of weird because I can never imagine, you know, I've got Lamar Jackson as my quarterback, and they're playing against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'm going to sit over here and kind of be upset after the game because my fantasy team lost, but my actual team won. I didn't really like that feeling, so that's why I had to end up leaving. All right. Dylan responds and says, I'm the low-key, the best YouTuber. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. John asked if the college football, do I watch college football? Not really. Not really like that. Do not watch it often. But when I do catch games, you know, I do tune in here and there. Oh, on the field, back to the game. It appears Trey Flowers is the injured Seahawk. Back-to-back drives, back-to-back, you know, hair people, dreadlock people who have been hurt. All right, that's not good. Get the dreadlocks on the field. Keep them on the field and keep them healthy. The game is back. There's a flag on the play. A replay of first down. It appears there's encroachment on Brandon Jackson. That's going to advance the San Francisco 49ers in the Seahawk territory. I'll tell you this much. I've never seen anybody in life chew gum as ferocious as Pete Carroll. This man bites into gum as if he's never eaten before. At least as if he's never masticated. That's a new word for you guys. Before. All right. But the 49ers in Seahawks territory at the 48-yard line. The referee has come and interrupted what appeared to be the snap. I'm not sure if they haven't snapped it on time. They're now conversing at the 50-yard line. He's asking Jimmy G, how do you sleep with porn star? Jimmy G responds, well, you got to be a sexy man. The ref says, but the Lord didn't give me good looks. Here we go. It's 1st and 5 from the 48. Porn star Jimmy G sends Juve check in motion. He gets a great block, handoff. Tevin Coleman, big hole over the middle, carries it to the 26-yard line. Huge pickup for the San Francisco 49ers. My Lord, take a look at that hole. All right, you'd have thought it was Stanley Yelnats was out there. The way how big that hole was. Sensational run. Tevin Gary Coleman with a magnificent vision. Somebody took this man. He doesn't need glasses. He's got good vision already. And we've got a donation in the chat room from Logan Novak. Right, he put 1 on it. I appreciate you, brother. All right, Blaze the Kid says, Chiseled Adonis, you are the best thing on YouTube for me. I appreciate you for tuning in. We got 2nd and 8, it appears. Tevin Coleman would pick up 2 on trying to go outside. All right. See, Pete Carroll is still taking bites into his gum. We've got a couple more donations in the chat room. Tyler Martin says, you should use this for hair ronicles. The NFL wants nothing to do with Antonio Brown, trusting the power of dreadlocks to score the touchdown. Perhaps I will give that a Bible verse tonight if an individual with dreadlocks gets into the end zone. And Joey Overstreet says, will you ever do a video on the NHL or BattleBots? Please say yes. Well, I am not sure, but what I can tell you is Emmanuel Sanders just picked up a 49ers first down over the middle. His helmet came off of his head. He is the helmetless horseman, but picks up a first down for the 49ers. The man was losing on Denver, all right? He went to sleep a loser. He woke up undefeated 3 games ago. Easy slant. Thorpe did not play great, defense. He only got 1 strand of dreadlock hanging out of his hair. Perhaps there is dreadlock supremacy. If you have more dreads, you play a little bit better. But 1st and 10 from the 12. Here come the 49ers, baby. Timeout. It appears there is a timeout. Somebody said there's too much going on right now. Kyle Shanahan says, I blew a lead in the Super Bowl with the Falcons when I was calling the plays, where we were up 28-3. And for some apparent reason, we only ran the football 4 times from the end of their final touchdown to the end of overtime, where James, I may be black, but the Patriots keep me around because my last name is White, went into the end zone for the touchdown to win in Super Bowl 51. Kyle Shanahan's perhaps thinking to himself, let me call a timeout so my mind doesn't revert to the negativity that was the Super Bowl loss. If you take a look at the screen right now, you're seeing that San Francisco has 101 total yards, where Seattle only has 1. They've ran 16 offensive plays. Seattle has only ran 3. Time of possession, they've possessed it for 14 minutes and 33 seconds. Seattle has only had the ball for a little bit. They couldn't have held it for 14 minutes. How is that even possible? There's a graphic issue going on the screen. That doesn't make any sense. All right, 14 minutes, that would have been the whole first quarter. First quarter's still going on. What's wrong with these people out here? All right, or did I see it wrong? Perhaps my eyes are just for decoration. I think it was 10 minutes. Whatever the case may be. All right. Matt Breida carries it inside the 10. 2nd and 7 from the 9. Here come the 49ers. All right. Here we go. Current drive is 5 plays, 74 yards, 3 minutes. Porn star Jimmy G doesn't take the snap because there's movement on defense. However, nobody went over the line. It is impossible that they can sit here and call encroachment or offsides. That has to be a false start. And indeed it is. All the people on San Francisco pointing, he moved first. Well, you should have never moved either. He did not step into the neutral zone. That is your mistake. You are the big dummy. Take out your Uno cards. Draw 2. 2 for your mistakes, stupid. All right, now if we look at the ball control, they corrected their rows, all right? So 17 plays, 104 yards, 9 minutes and 41 seconds time of possession for San Francisco. Seattle only had a 3-and-out, 1 yard, did not possess the ball for a long period of time. They'd send Deebo Samuel in motion once again. It appears they called SOS. If you played football before, what does that stand for? Same old shit. We've got a reverse. What transpired was the re-zig. That's what we used to call in motion. Deebo Samuels went in motion. He came back. All right, he's got the jet sweep. He did not pick up that much yards, but it brought them inside the 10. I believe that would revert the yardage that they just lost on the false start. If they're not inside the 10, they should be at the 11 or at the 10-yard line. Okay. Here we go. Eric Jesp said he rewatched Super Bowl 43 between the Pittsburgh Steelers and Arizona Cardinals. Forgot how good that game was. In my opinion, that was the greatest Super Bowl of all time. It had everything. However, over the course of the last 10 Super Bowls, we've been blessed with about 7 good ones. Bourne goes into the end zone for the San Francisco 49ers. If you did not know, they're wearing some form of maroon, some form of burgundy, some form of red. So the way I see it is the San Francisco Bloods were in the Sioux zone, and they found their way into the end zone for the score. Porn star Jimmy G finds his man's Kendrick Bourne 10-yard touchdown reception. San Francisco takes a 10-0 lead over the 49ers in this battle for the NFC West, where we see the undefeated 8-0 49ers lead over Seattle, that is sitting at 7-2. If you could imagine right now, you have Pete Carroll on the sideline biting into his gum, biting his gum through his gum. You get that? Because he has gums in his mouth, and he has an external gum that's in his mouth as well. He's biting all of them. His dentist is on suicide watch. But 10-0 lead for the 49ers. They're feeling very comfortable at the current moment out there in Santa Clara, San Jose, California. That's all I know. All right? And they're at commercial break. Let's take a look in the comment section. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the stream, do me one favor. If you're watching this and you have a phone, you have an Apple iPhone, okay, do me one favor. Download this app that I am putting in the comment section here. You utilize the promo code Adonis. It is a free app. You download the app. Not only do you watch me on there, you follow me, and you get the commentary in real time. It is synced with your television. It says on there, would you like to sync with your TV? It's very futuristic. And you listen to me in real time. You no longer have to listen to those old commentators on your screen. You get somebody youthful. You get somebody who can connect with the audience. You get somebody who you like. You get the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis, live on commentary. And you don't got to listen to Booger McFarlane pick his nose, pull out some boogers, and say, oh, well, you're either going to run here or you're gonna pass. Nobody wants to hear the most basic information. You want to know why an individual's socks is about 3/4 from his kneecaps. You want to know why, Jimmy G found a way to sleep with individuals who work on brasses. You want to know why Matt Breida, I made it out of clay. You want to hear something unique. So that's what I need you to do. Download that Hot Mic app so you can listen to me instead of listening to them. All right, in the comment section, we got some individuals in the building, all right? Michael Rocket put $2 on it. I truly do appreciate you, brother, for being here in the stream. We've got 518 watching. We've got 465 on the likes. Do me one favor. If we can get those likes to 485, that would be truly appreciated. All right, here we go. In the comment section, we got Random Trainer X saying military themed jerseys. I do believe this was the Salute to Service week. More importantly, today is Veterans Day. And for all veterans, I'd just like to extend my gratitude for you guys because you keep the country safe. All right. And shout out to every single one of the veterans out there. And I appreciate you for your service to the country. I cannot tell you how many messages I've received from individuals in the armed forces, whether they're at basic training or right now or anything. And they've told me and they expressed their gratitude of being able to watch my videos or sharing it on a naval base or sharing it with when they're overseas or they're deployed somewhere. This is some of the minor sort of entertainment they get an opportunity to tune into. So I truly do appreciate you guys for taking time to watch my videos. But we're back live on Monday Night Football. Kick fielded inside the 15, and it's returned to the 29 by Tyler Lockett. This man is a virgin, has never slept with a woman, but finds ways to ejaculate on defenses. I expect him to have a good game today. Now, they're showing us a stat of 14 teams have started 8-0. 8 have made it to the Super Bowl. 4 have lost in the Super Bowl. 2 have won the Super Bowl. Well, that's a very odd. No, 8 have not made it to the Super Bowl. 4 have lost in the Super Bowl. 2 have won the Super Bowl. I believe that's what it actually said. I missed the first thing. All right, now, 1st and 10 from the 29. We're at 516 likes. You guys are awesome. Absolutely sensational. All right. Here we go. 1st and 10 from the 29. Russell Wilson, hand off to Chris. Don't leave my children in the car, son. He picks up 2 yards. He'd carry it to the 31-yard line. I nearly said he scored. Could you imagine if I said he scored? How stupid would I look? He scores on the first carry, but he picked up 2 yards. They're still like 70 yards away from the end zone. Why would you say that? How many yards are from the end zone if they're at the 31? 69. All right, that is a dirty joke for you guys. I'm pretty sure Robert Gronkowski is enjoying that. All right, 2nd and 8 from the 31. Another toss to Chris Carson. He does not get the blocks. He's met immediately, tackled after another 2-yard gain. Sensational play from the 49ers defense. Let me tell you this much. They're flowing absolutely well. They're not over pursuing. They're moving at the right pace. They're making contact immediately. And more importantly, the Seattle Seahawks are failing to break tackles. All right? Quan Alexander out for the year. If you remember, he had 34 tackles, and he's out with a torn pectoral. That is unfortunate. There he is on the sideline celebrating, putting his hand in the air, trying to get the team, or I should say the crowd, to truly tune in. 3rd and 6 for the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson takes the snap. He's got some time, looking to go down the field. He connects with DK. No, he does not connect with DK Metcalf. The pass is broken up. We're not playing any video games over here. Player 1, created character. DK Metcalf could not make the catch. A lot of people have asked me, what is the background of that joke? Why do I call him created character? If you watched the Combine, you see the size and the measurements of this man and how he performed. That is only attributes of an individual who has turned up their game sliders, who have increased the attributes of their character, because he's a freak of nature. Now, if only he can back up, what the expectations that we had coming into the season. The ball would not be fair caught from the 49ers. It's returned to the 35-yard line, and here comes the Seattle defense that has squandered 10 points on back-to-back drives. Or I should say, squandered 10 points in a total of 2 drives. Bobby Wagner speaking to his team, perhaps trying to get them all riled up, making them understand, the gravity of this game. They're showing highlights of Bobby Wagner. As I mentioned before, this man did not miss a tackle at all last season. I wish I could tell you the statistics of how he's played thus far this season. All I know is it's him and Luke Kuechly, who are the best linebackers in the NFL. I'd give the edge to Bobby Wagner. A lot of people are saying Darius Leonard is well on his way out there in Indianapolis. Absolutely. That man is a huge beast. I love to see linebackers, generational talent, get it done. And here we go. Tackle immediately from a very round Woods for the Seattle Seahawks. It set up 2nd down and 10. There was no gain on the play. The score is currently 10-0 in favor of the San Francisco 25 multiplied by 2 minus 1s. All right. Jalen Wise sends in a donation of $4.99, says, I appreciate the commentaries. These make my day. Brother, I appreciate you for tuning in. That means a lot. We're going to the end of the first quarter. We'd enter the second quarter here on Monday Night Football live from Hold My Nugget Studios for your 2019 NFL Week 10 Monday Night Football live commentary with the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis, in an NFC West battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. All right, let's take one more look in the comment section. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the stream, because we got 531 in here, but we got 552 likes, 542 likes. My eyes are playing tricks on me. But if you have an Apple iPhone, do me one favor. You download this app that I just put down in the comment section. You use the promo code Adonis. Okay, absolute free app. What you're going to do is listen to me on that app. You're not missing anything. What you're doing is getting it in real time. Rather than having a 27-second, 35-second, 42-second delay here on YouTube, you can get it in real time as things go on Hot Mic. Tell you, it'll be worth your while. And if you want to participate in the chat room, just have the chat room of YouTube open, or you can have Hot Mic on your phone, and you can go on your computer and have the stream there, and we could speak there. But just have it up on your Hot Mic app. If you could do me that one favor, I would truly appreciate you. Let's take a look into the chat room. Eric the fan says, Bring the unchiseled Adonis to be my co-host. Ironically, he's in the house right now. I believe he's in the bathroom releasing demons out of his rectal sphincter. But perhaps, maybe in the future, he could be a co-host. Who knows? Time can only tell. Perhaps in the future, I'll have Marv Glover come and host with me. But barring schedule, we can only find out how things will transpire moving forward. Ronnie Boggs put 5 on it, says, sending love from ATL. I truly do appreciate you, Ronnie, for putting 5 on it. All right. Here we go. Jocks asks, do you think the Steelers should pursue Dez Bryant? I definitely do believe they should pursue Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant is not as a special teams factor as he was when he was younger. I believe he had 3 punt return touchdowns or 3 return touchdowns in total. But I'd pursue Dez Bryant because Dez Bryant may not be a number 1 receiver in the NFL anymore by any estimation because people think he can't get it done. But if we're talking about him being a second option on a team, by default, Dez Bryant is a top 10 second option on a team. So there's no reason why he should be unemployed. Now, granted, he is coming back from an Achilles tear, so that is one of the reasons why it's not a sexy sort of pickup. But Dez Bryant is one of those, he should be on a team, and I believe Pittsburgh should possibly pursue him because why? There's no harm, no foul. This man just wants to play football. I don't see any problem with it. 2nd and 10, dump off to Matt Breida. He'd only pick up 3 yards. He's tackled by who? K.J. Wright. All right, he's going to set up 3rd and long. All right. Here we go. Ethan Williams says, Chiseled Adonis is the best commentator alive. I truly do appreciate that. Anthony Callaway asks, who's my MVP right now? Well, Lamar Jackson has simply made his case. But I'd have to say it's 3 names. Russell Wilson, Christian McCaffrey, Lamar Jackson. That is the list. That is the list. Oh, and also a 4th would be Minkah Fitzpatrick because this man is balling. Not only is he the lead, who I believe is the leader for Defensive Player of the Year right now, he is an MVP candidate as well, the way he's been able to galvanize that Pittsburgh Steelers defense. 3rd and 8, and it appears that the San Francisco 49ers participating in the Frank Costanza Challenge because, they stopped short. But from where we stand right now, if we're talking about NFL MVP, I would have to give it to Russell Wilson. Depending on how this game transpires and how it ends, Lamar Jackson would usurp them. He'd usurp him if the Seattle Seahawks lose. So it's really just those 3 names as we stand right now. Joe Ray puts $2.99 on it and says, what you think about that LSU versus Bama game? You know, surprisingly enough, I didn't see it. I was not home at the time, and I have on my, I kid you not, on my computer as we speak, it's open on a tab, the highlights. I haven't watched it yet. Have not seen it yet. But sensational game for LSU, having lost so many times. Now they have an opportunity to finally, have bragging rights. It appears there was return interference on the punt. The 49ers will probably receive, well, they just kicked the ball off. But the Seahawks are going to get an extra 15 yards because there was catch interference. Tyler Lockett tried to receive, but he was completely blocked out from, is that Raheem Mostert? Yes, it was Raheem Mostert. I'm not sure why you have a running back out there playing special teams. Now, granted, that's how Terrell Davis got started for the Denver Broncos, and I believe it was 96. A funny NFL history story. If you go back and you watch the Terrell Davis of Football Life, he'll talk about how important it was in special teams where you saw him go out there and he made a big hit, and all of a sudden, whoa, we should give that guy some carries if he's playing like that, and the rest is history. In my opinion, the greatest postseason running back in NFL history. And all he needed was 3 seasons. 1st and 10 from the 40. Play action fake. Russell Wilson over the middle. He finds DK Metcalf for some apparent reason who doesn't turn up field. He'd pick up 8 yards. It's going to set up 2nd and 2. That was a very bizarre play. I'm not sure. It was a great play call, but I'm not sure why DK Metcalf did not turn up field. Now, granted, he probably was looking, maybe if I head, west, I could pick up some more yards, but that was ridiculous. Let's look at Russell Wilson's stats. 22 touchdowns, 1 INT, 10 TDs under pressure, 10 TDs outside of the pocket, 23 completions of 20-plus yards, the most in the NFL. The man is playing absolutely ridiculous, all right? This is why he's my leader for MVP where we stand. Russell Wilson rolling towards his right. He would find that appears to be Tyler Lockett, all right? He's never felt the soft feel of the inside of a vulva region, but he felt the soft feel of that zone coverage and picked up a first down for the Seattle Seahawks at the opposing, the opponents, the 49ers 40-yard line. All right? You don't get analogies like this on national television, all right? We keep the thing raw. We keep it uncensored. We keep it funny, and we keep the individuals entertained. They're at the 39-yard line, but there's a flag on the play. False start. It's going back to the 44. Basic math. How much yards is a false start? 5. How much yards did the Seattle Seahawks go back? 5. How many times was Booker T the WCW champion? 5. How many times did Big E hit the floor, or how many counts did Big E need in WWE NXT? 5. There's a lot of fives going on, but let me tell you something. Tom Brady's never connecting on a high five. That is wit right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is wit that you can't get anywhere else. First 15 from the 44. Russell Wilson takes the snap, escapes towards his left. He's on the move. He's going to utilize his feet. He throws a pitch. He pitched the ball outwards towards his man. It was batted away by the 49ers, setting up 2nd and 15. I'll tell you what, the San Francisco 49ers, one of my favorite teams was that 1994 team that ended up winning that Super Bowl that had Deion Sanders for that 1 year. And I'll say this, I believe that was the 75th year NFL anniversary. That 49ers jersey was absolutely magnificent. I have a Jerry Rice shirt, and shout out to the Fan Show. We had a bet about when the 49ers played against the Pittsburgh Steelers, the losers would have to wear the opposing team's jersey. I lost, obviously, so I had to buy that Jerry Rice shirt, but I am so ecstatic I have it. Jerry Rice is my favorite receiver of all time, and which is hilarious because Hines Ward is my favorite football player of all time. So how can you be my favorite football player but not my favorite receiver? But yeah, Russell Wilson would run, slide. He would not pick up a first down. It's 3rd and 4 for the Seattle Seahawks, who desperately need points here. All right, so we got 20 seconds left on the play clock. Seattle is not going to make adjustments. Russell Wilson takes the snap, gets 0 blocks, sacked immediately by the 49ers. This defensive, I'm not sure if that's the D-line coach or the D coordinator for the 49ers, but that man looks just like Jason Taylor. It is very odd. He looks exactly like Jason Taylor. All right. There was no blocking. Take a look at was that the center or the left guard who completely disregarded the pass rush? That is ridiculous. There was no blocks whatsoever. Once again, if you need to get any form of contraceptive, if it is sponsored by the Seattle Seahawks offensive line, do not get it. It's not good protection. You will catch an STD. And the 49ers will take over inside the 10 at the 9-yard line when we return from commercial break. Let's take one look in the comment section and see what individuals here are talking about. Okay. Dead Viking says the 1994 49ers uniforms was terrible. I disagree. Soundwave 92 would say, how can you ignore my boy Keith Lee? I apologize. Pugba Killer 6969 says, how was my high school experience? I'll tell you this much. The first 2 years of high school, I was absolutely miserable. All right, we were losing when it came to football. My freshman year, I was on JV. I started at cornerback. All right, we went 2-7. We won one game by forfeit because the other team did not play us. So we were really, realistically, 1-7. But we started out 0-7. We won the last game of the season. I was ecstatic about that win. Going into sophomore year, I fought like hell. I made it on varsity. There was a downside, though, because the team on varsity, we were just coming off my freshman year. The varsity team went 6-3 and lost in the opening round of the playoffs. My sophomore year, my first year on varsity, I didn't start. I was a rotational player on defense, did not get that many snaps, but I started on every single one of the special teams. We went 0-9, did not win a single game, not because we did not have talent. We just made bonehead decisions. When you talk about losing games, we would be there with you for the first 2 quarters. Game would be tied, we'd only be trailing. The second half, we could not finish whatsoever. Could not finish. We had a situation where we had leads in 3 different games. We blew them completely. Did not win a game my sophomore year. My junior year, we went 1-8. We had an 18-game losing streak dating back to the final playoff game my freshman year up until my last game of my junior year. Again, not because we did not have the talent, because my junior year team in high school was probably one of the most talented teams in our entire conference, but there was a ton of individualistic players. Nobody wanted to play together. Whenever something went awry, immediately it went, oh, it's your fault, it's your fault. So we never played for each other. We ended up going 1-8. I started at cornerback. I was in the newspaper going into the season. Well, like, there's a player you should watch out for. I did not back that up. I played like I can't say I played like utter trash. I only gave up 5 receptions on the year, but 4 of those 5 were touchdowns. And the 5th one was a big time game. And my confidence, I was one of those guys when I was younger where I'd play great, I would never receive credit for it. So nobody gave me any form of positive reinforcement. But when something bad happened, I did not know how to deal with the criticism at that young age. All right? So then I had a junior season was decent. Senior year, we went to the playoffs, and I lost and we lost in the second round of the playoffs. But before we continue with the story, first down for the 49ers. Deebo Samuel over the middle, breaking tackles as he goes. He looked like Deebo from Friday, looked like Deebo from James Harrison, flexing his muscles for the first down. Sensational. Dodged 2 individuals with dreadlocks. He did tell somebody, he just baptized him. He put his hand on the top of his helmet. That will be on the commentary tomorrow. Porn star Jimmy G throws it into the dirt. But let's continue with the story. Senior year. All right. Now, we went 7-2 on the year. Started once again, I believe I was playing safety or linebacker. I was all over the place my senior year. So that was very interesting how that all played out. We went 7-2, went into the playoffs. Lost in the second round. The first round of the playoffs, they doubted us. They said, well, it was a miracle season, but we're going to lose. But we won. We won 13-12 in the greatest game of my life. If not the greatest, probably the second. But that whole feeling, I cried tears of joy for the first time in my entire life. Handoff to Tevin Coleman, picks up only 2 yards. I cried tears of joy for the first time in my life. I've never, until this day, the happiest day of my life. Nothing comes close. The very next week, the worst day of my life, because it was the first time in my life I ever chose to truly believe we can achieve something. Because my whole life I've always, anytime I got my hopes up, I'd always be let down. I began to believe, hey, maybe we can make it to the championship. Maybe we could right our wrongs. Maybe I can finally be a winner. We lost. We were down 19-0. I had my a beautiful 38-yard catch in the postseason. It took 5 people to take me down. Oh my! I felt like, oh, get off of me! I'm the Chiseled Adonis, Yeah. Oh, first down for the 49ers. Jimmy G connects with Bourne, who got into the end zone earlier for a 10-yard touchdown. He is the lone scorer for the 49ers. Another first down for San Francisco. It appears the Seattle defense is on the ropes, but back to the game. We were down 19-0. We began to come back. We were down by 1 score. One of my guys who's playing professional football in Germany, Anthony Mella, shout out to you, brother. He called, or I should say, he tried to return a punt that was fielded inside the 5, and he ended up downing it at the 1-yard line. We end up throwing an interception that was a pick 6 that went into the end zone. So we were down 27 to 20. We go down the field, we score, cut it to 27-26. Pitch out to Matt Breida. He picks up about 7 yards. He'd be pushed out of bounds at the 44-yard line. San Francisco is still driving. Emmanuel Sanders is headed to the locker room. This is not good news for the 49ers. But we're down 27-26. We had just scored. We kick an onside kick. We recover it. Now, the week before, the team that we played against, they were down 13-12. They kicked an onside kick. They also recovered it, and we picked off the ball to win the game. This was deja vu, and I can feel it. So in the moment, you could have the poo, 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 poo. My heart is beating. But I'm like, dude, this is my moment. Right all my wrongs. I will not fail. We're going to win. Initially, I said what carried us was our running back. Our running back, Brent Rachel. Shout out to him. I've done a video with him on my channel before. He's got a YouTube channel as well, Mr. Rachel World. If you're Caribbean, this is a man you might want to follow. He is a sensational content creator when it comes to Caribbean videos. But he ran for 1,300 yards, 13 TDs on the season. I believe he was the voted the best, player of the conference that particular year. So we got here on the back of him. So I said, you know what, let's run the football. At that point, I was extremely vocal in the huddle and everything, but I needed him to back me up because I'm like, dude, I'm putting all the trust in you to win. He stayed silent. He said, you know what, let's throw it. I'm like, dude, why are we throwing it? We can run. We got timeouts. It's 134 left on the play. We just 124 left on the clock. We got 2 timeouts. We're at the 34-yard line. Let's freaking run it. I was blocking my ass off that day. I damn near broke the damn ankle of the cornerback, but he stayed out there. That dude's a soldier. He kept playing. But I'm like, dude, if I have an opportunity to block this man, I will end this guy's career. Just let me block. Let's get to the championship game, and then we could throw all we want. They called for the pass play. I say, all right, I got a post. Never forget it. It was red 99. It was basically post corner. It was like why post mirror. Why post, why corner, whatever the hell it was, right? So on the backside, I'm the lone receiver. I ran a post, and when I tell you this was probably one of the best routes I ever ran in my life. I'm wide open. I see the quarterback throw the ball. It goes to my teammate who's in triple coverage. The pass gets intercepted immediately. You talk about tears, never cried that much in my entire life. But that was my high school experience, all right? Outside of football, it was decent. It was what it was. But, yeah, it was a hell of a story, man. Hell of a story. Good Lord. Yeah, I was on the L train a lot in high school. I was on the L train a lot. When I went to college and I played in college, my freshman year in college, we were 5-4. We just missed out on going to the playoffs. My sophomore year, we were 4-5, 4-6. I never won a homecoming game until I got to college. Fun fact. I was on the L train a lot. But yeah, when I lost that high school game, there's a particular play, and it's one of the things that I always touch on, where I had a situation, and children, if you're out here, young guys, well, not even only young people altogether, you're going to be met with situations in life where you have a decision that you have to make. You can either go with your head and play it safe, or you can go with your gut and take a risk. Here's what happened to me. It was 3rd and long in the third quarter of that particular game, my last high school game. And I knew the formation they were coming out. I knew what play they were going to run. And I'm on the backside. Nobody's coming my way. They're going to run a wheel route on the strong side. I'm on the weak side. I said to myself, I spoke to the D tackle. I said, yo, if I blitz, you think I'll get to the quarterback in time? Before we continue the story. 2nd and 3. From the 44-yard line, handoff to Matt Breida. He goes absolutely nowhere. It's going to set up a 3rd and 4 situation for the 49ers. But I asked my defensive tackle, I said, bro, you think if I blitz right now, would I get to the quarterback in time? He said, I'm not sure. Maybe you should just play it safe, because what if you were to blitz and they switch it up and then you don't get there? Coach will be upset. I said, you know what? All right. But I remember growing up admiring players like Troy Polamalu, admiring players like, Ed Reed, who went out there and they went off their instinct. I didn't do it. And I counted in my mind when the play went. There was 7 seconds. If I blitzed, I would have got to the quarterback, probably forced a sack, got the ball back. Till this day, it bothers me, because I didn't bet on myself. Pass is incomplete. The 49ers is going to be forced to punt. But till this day, that bothers me. I didn't bet on myself. And because I didn't bet on myself, I have to sleep at night thinking, what if? Because of that one of the reasons what fueled me to get into comedy, fueled me to get into doing, all of this, because I'd rather bet on myself and, lose than to sit there and wonder what if, So it's something to think about. Okay, here we go. 4th and 3. The 49ers to punt the ball back to the Seattle Seahawks. 49ers leading 10-0 with 7:15 left to play in the first half. Booming punt inside the 25. It rolls out of bounds at the 17-yard line. The referees will probably spot it at the 18. Next week, Monday Night Football emanates from Mexico City, Mexico, where the Los Angeles Android Chargers take on the Kansas City Chiefs. All right. Here we go. Annie West asked me, what college did I go to? What college did I play for? I played for Alfred State, upstate New York. Oh, boy. My college stats, a lot of people are like, dude, you must have been killing. Absolutely not. I was in rotation. I was on the field now. You can't say I wasn't on the field. I was on the field. I had 4 catches for 23 yards on my college career. Why did I not get the ball my way? Well, there was some politics that was involved. I can't say this much. When I stopped caring my sophomore year, I no longer really cared to play, because that love for the game was starting to diminish, because not necessarily because things weren't going my way, that camaraderie ship in the team, because one of the beautiful things about football is it's a brotherhood, or I should say sports altogether. When you lose that, Because college is a revolving door. Everybody's trying to get a new offer. Everybody's trying to go to a better school. Everybody's trying to get to the league. So it's me, 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 me. So 1 year you can build that relationship with somebody. Like, all right, hey, we getting ready to go to war together. And then the next year they transfer. So now you got to constantly start over. I built a relationship my freshman year with both of my quarterbacks. They both transferred and went to a whole different school. So I had to start over my sophomore year. I'm like, oh, dude, this sucks. And then the sophomore year quarterback was a returning senior who already had relationships with other receivers. So now I had to try to fight my way to get the ball thrown my way, which was not happening. So that was extremely frustrating. I'm like, dude, this is killing my love for the game. And I love football and respect football too much to stay in a situation where I'm not truly in it. So I decided, hang up the cleats. But I still do have 2 more years of eligibility. So if I had enough money to go to college, I really would go back and play football somewhere, because I really would love to do that one more time. All right, we've had, and we had 2 different donations that came in while I was giving my story. Ultra Instinct asked, how do you think Wentz has played for the Eagles? Wentz has played well for what it was. Before he got hurt, he was an MVP. Completed pass to player 1, DK Metcalf, tackled at the 32-yard line. Seattle finally on the move. Meteor Smash asks, what's up, Chiseled? How have you been? I have been doing sensational, brother. I am happy. Life is going great. Howard Ferguson says, your commentary is better than the MNF crew. Thank you very much, brother. I truly do appreciate that. Crazy Dog Media says, I am from upstate New York. Well, I am not. I'm from the city, but I did go to school upstate. Play action fake. Russell Wilson dumps the ball off towards Hollister. He would not pick up a first down on 1st and 10, but he'd set up 2nd and 1 for the Seahawks. They are on the move. Seattle may have finally found their groove. That is some bars for you. All right. Here we go. Aunt Helen asked, why do you like Hines Ward? Well, Hines Ward, first, he was somebody who played as if he truly did enjoy football. He always had a smile on his face, and he played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, so that was one of the big benefits as well. But he was one of those old school players, and the way that he would block, because he played on offense, he was one of those players who he went out there and every single play you got his all, 100%. Because the same way he went with all of his strength or 100% balls to the walls for passing plays, he did the exact same thing for running plays. And you don't find a lot of receivers like that. And more importantly, he passed the torch to somebody like a Larry Fitzgerald, where they rave about Larry Fitzgerald's blocking ability and his unselfishness. That was Hines Ward. So I truly did love Hines Ward for that. That's why he's my favorite football player. Griffin Greatness asks, do you know who Ryan Griffin is? Yes, I do know who Ryan Griffin is. In fact, I believe Griffin Greatness, you might be the same person who DMs me on Instagram during the preseason about Ryan Griffin. I see you're a big-time fan of him. Shout out to Ryan Griffin on Tampa Bay. Hopefully he can get an opportunity. All right, play action fake, 3rd and 1, pass broken up. Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks participating in the Frank Costanza Challenge. Although they did not run, they would be stopping short. If I'm San Francisco here, obviously you have to send out your punt unit. And for Seattle, you're not in opponent territory, so it is rather, unlikely that they'll go for it. I would, because you want to build some sort of momentum, but who knows? Nick Bosa had a free rush. He took a good angle to force the pressure on Russell Wilson. The punt will be sent back to the San Francisco 49ers. Once again, a booming punt. Bounces, bounce at the 1, went into the end zone. Sensational fake out from the 49ers. Is going to be a touchback. It is going to be taken out to the 20. Matthew Reek says, you're helping me through hard times, my friend. I appreciate you pointing out content. Matthew, I appreciate you. Feel free to DM me on Instagram if you'd like. We can talk over there. I respond to all of my messages. I do apologize for the individuals on YouTube. I haven't been able to get to the comments as often as I would like. I remember I made a video about it last year where I said I'd love to get as much comments as possible to where it becomes difficult. Now that it has since become difficult, I feel a little bit slighted because I can't respond as often since I have so much going on. But I truly do appreciate all of you guys for tuning into the stream. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuning in on YouTube, we got 600 likes in the room. We got 472 watching live. If you have an Apple iPhone, do me one favor. You click this link that I just put inside of the chat room. You download the Hot Mic app. It is absolutely free. Free, free. The best 4 letters in the alphabet. You utilize the promo code Adonis. You go over to the Hot Mic app and you watch over there. You substitute the commentary that you would get during the game with me, and you get somebody that you actually want to listen to tell you what's going on during the game. All right? You go to Hot Mic, download that app, use the promo code Adonis. Telling you right now, one of the best things, best innovative apps on the planet right now. Let's go to Twitter. We got some live tweeting going on. All right. Up the G, yes, we did have. We had in the clutch. ENT in the building earlier. Dub the G. He was in the building. Raw kicking it with Ross. He was in the building. All right. Here we go. If you're listening to Booger, you are wrong. This guy is James. Lilquist has said, if you're listening to Booger, you are wrong. This guy's the funniest commentator in the NFL. I truly do appreciate you for that. Damien says this is a very surreal experience. I appreciate you for tuning in. That's what we got on Twitter. In the comment section, Meteor Spash has put 5 on it once again. With the Eagles and Cowboys both at 5-4, who do you think can win the division by the end of the regular season? I predict the Cowboys to most likely mess around and win that division because they do have a better football team than the Eagles currently. However, the Eagles, they just need to fix their secondary. That's literally it. Fix their secondary, protect Wentz, and more importantly, oh man, I can't even say that's it because their receivers have butterfingers. All right, so really it's a toss-up, but I'm leaning more towards them boys to get it done. Here comes San Francisco from their own 20, hand off to Tevin Coleman. He picks up what appears to be 3 yards if they give him the forward progress, setting up 2nd and 7. Andy Ryan puts 199 on it. Love the commentary, bro. Wish you much success. I appreciate you, and I wish you much success in anything that you're trying to accomplish. And ladies and gentlemen, if you have a dream, if you have something that you want to accomplish, there's a small phrase that you need to be able to apply, all right? You need to commit to the commitment of consistency. You do that, you will be successful. I was looking at some of my older videos today while I was checking on what I was going to unlist. Jimmy G is sacked. He fumbles on the play. It's picked up by Jadeveon Clowney. He goes into the end zone for the Seattle Seahawks touchdown. All right, they opened their Bibles to Heronical 17 verses 22. Nobody wants to see Antonio the Clown. Trust in the power of dreadlocks. You'll get the touchdown for Jadeveon Clowney. Fumble recovery for the Seattle Seahawks touchdown. All right. Somebody mentioned earlier to utilize Antonio Brown in the dreadlocks verse. I told them I was going to do it. I could not remember it word for word, but I incorporated it in there. I hope it was as good as you would intend. You wished it would be. Now we've got a 10-7 game, and I'm telling you, what did I tell you in the beginning of the game? The power of dreadlocks is on display. The power of dreadlocks will be utilized today. You see Pete Carroll, is he biting as ferociously into his gum as he was before? Not at all. All right? Because when we're talking about Jadeveon Clowney, because his name has it, we got to do it together. We're going to the Dark Knight, okay? Imagine Antonio Brown's in front of you. When you see Antonio Brown, what do you say? This is the same thing that you should say that the Seattle Seahawks are saying, or I should say the 49ers are saying to Jadeveon. Why? Because his last name is Clowney, so they're saying, enough from the clown. Touchdown, Seattle, 10-7 game. All right, this is what we wanted to see. This is what we wanted to see. Clowney's having a hell of a game, I might add. One look at the NFC playoff picture. The division leaders, the 49ers, the Packers, the Saints, the Cowboys. The 49ers at 8-0, the Cowboys at 5-4, the Eagles also at 5-4 in the hunt. The wild card right now is the Vikings and Seattle Seahawks. In the hunt are the Rams, the Eagles, the Panthers, and the Bears. All right, if we're looking at who the hell might possibly make it into the postseason, it's looking rather doubtful for the individuals in the hunt. Because of the success of the 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks, it's very doubtful that the Rams will be able to win this division and come back. So their best bet is to hope that either San Francisco or Seattle falls off to the point that where the Rams can sneak into the division, or I should say sneak into the wild card. Minnesota having a 2-game lead on the other teams, that's very good too. But Kirk family member Cousins needs to make sure he stays consistent. The NFC is fixing to be extremely spicy. Remember what I said early in the season where I said the Bears would not make the postseason, and I still stick by that. The Eagles, for the NFC East, there will only be one representative. So the winner of that division will represent the NFC East, bottom line. All right, now that's either the Cowboys, that's either the Eagles. But the way that I see it, right now I'm leaning a little bit towards them boys. Last night, that was a disappointing game. Disappointing loss for them. And there's one more team that's sitting at 5-4. The Carolina Panthers. Yeah. They've got a good record. I don't see them in the postseason. 1st and 10 from the 25. Porn star Jimmy G sends Juszczyk in motion. Hand off to Matt Breida. He breaks one tackle but cannot escape the other plethora of Seattle Seahawks. He's tackled after what appears to be a 1-yard gain. We're going to have 2nd and 9 from the 26-yard line. One quick look at what Jadeveon Clowney has been doing all day. Straight up shedding blockers. He is not getting blocked whatsoever. It's like somebody trying to transition, but their body simply will not accept the medication. That's what Jadeveon Clowney's doing tonight. He will refuse to be blocked. Goes into the end zone, touchdown. 49ers. Their lead was cut down to 3. 2nd and 9 from the 26. Juszczyk in motion once again. Here comes a blitz from Bobby Wagner. Jimmy G's got time in the pocket. Goes over the middle, pass incomplete to what appears to be Juszczyk. He got rocked in the back. Pass incomplete, 3rd and 9. All momentum on the side of the Seattle Seahawks. Oh, boy. Keith Funches says he wants to be in the NFL. Well, brother, you just got to keep grinding to get there. Omega Phenom asked me, Chiseled, will you ever do Madden videos? Well, I've done a Madden video in the past. I think I've only done one. I'm not sure if I will be doing them moving forward. Not really my niche. 3rd and 9. Jimmy G takes the snap, but there's flags on the play. Why are there laundry on the field? There's a false start coming from the 49ers. It's going to back them up. Make it 3rd and 14. 3rd and 14, obvious passing situation. You know Seattle's going to unleash the dreadlocks. Here we go. And keep in mind, in this particular game, George Kittle is not here. George McGriddle Kittle is not playing on Monday Night Football. My knee. I took an arrow to my knee. He can't play. He's out. So when we talk about weapons, remember Emmanuel Sanders is in the locker room as well. On the field, Raheem Mostert, the backup tight end, Dwelly, Pettis, Samuel, and Bourne. Here come the 49ers, 3rd and 14, porn star, adult film star, Jimmy G, going down the field, finds the soft man in the coverage. It's caught by who appears to be Dante Pettis, is it? Yes, it is. Caught by Pettis for the first down. No, it's not. They overrule it and say it was incomplete. He had the toes down. Did he maintain possession? No, he did not. His hands just for decoration. What should have been a first down, he could not maintain nor hold on to the balls. Call him a trans woman. Could not hold on to his balls. Pass incomplete. It's the 2-minute warning. 4th and 14. The 49ers will punt the ball back to the Seattle Seahawks. And all momentum on the side of gum-chewing Poppy. And Russell, I turned the hoe into a housewife, Wilson. Can the leading candidate, in my opinion, for the MVP give Seattle the lead or the tie going into halftime? We will find out after this commercial break, but we're not going to commercial break over here. Let's go to the chat room, and ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this on YouTube, we got 452 in the house. Do me one favor. If you have an iPhone, I need you to download this app right here. It's absolutely free. Okay, if you got one of those phones that don't have space, do me a favor. Clean out one app, download the app only for one night. Use the promo code Adonis. You watch me live on Hot Mic. You're getting the exact same experience you would get here on YouTube. However, there's a little bit of a difference. You're live on Hot Mic. You're synced to the audio in real time. On YouTube, there's a little bit of a delay. I'm looking at myself right now. I'm looking downward over there. Right now, I'm looking at the camera. You got a 27 to 42 second delay on YouTube. On Hot Mic, you're getting it in real time. So what you're going to do is just download that app, utilize the promo code Adonis, turn me on Hot Mic, turn down the, you could sync it to your television. You no longer have to listen to those commentators. You listen to me live on your television, and more importantly, all right, you're helping support me, and that's what matters here. More importantly, me bringing to you the commentary that you want to hear. All right, here we go. Did I say promo code? I think I said promo code. So I got put in a spin cycle Lamar. Yes, that touchdown from Lamar Jackson was absolutely magnificent. Magnificent masterclass. That spin move was something serious. ASAP Corey says, from 0-3 to 5-4, how do I feel about the Pittsburgh Steelers playoff chances? I feel absolutely magnificent about the Pittsburgh Steelers playoff chances. The AFC West looking like they could possibly have a contender, because in the North, Pittsburgh is number 2. In the AFC South, the Colts, they're sitting right behind. I believe they're right behind the Houston Texans. So there's the Colts, that's a possible wild card team. The Steelers right now, that's a possible wild card team. In the West, the Oakland Raiders, that's a possible wild card team. And in the AFC East, Dolphins, the Jets, the Bills, that's an AFC wildcard team. So there's really 3 teams that can make that push. And Pittsburgh's currently sitting at the 6th seed. I feel very confident about this. In both conferences, the wild card is wide open, in my opinion. Tyler Lockett with a magnificent return to the 41-yard line. Once again, Tyler Lockett is a virgin, never engaged in coital activity with a woman, but finds a way to ejaculate on these defenses. He'd field it at the 40, I believe that is the 42-yard line, and carry it for what appears to be about an 18-yard pickup. But big-time pickup nonetheless. All of the momentum on the side of the Seattle Seahawks. The 49ers on their heels. The 49ers defense only team to hold their opponent scoreless in the final 2 minutes of the first half. Well, is there a possibility that that can change? Because given the field position, they can only go a little bit more further and they'd get into field goal range. All right? They come out with 6 offensive linemen, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back. Play action fake for Russell Wilson. Throws it to Chris Carson. He would pick up 4 yards on the play to the 35-yard line, setting up 2nd and 6 for those Seattle Seahawks. Keith Funcher says, thank you, Chiseled Adonis. You inspire me to keep pushing. You need to find that inspiration in yourself. I'm happy I can give you a small push, but darn it, you've got to run. I'll help you with the training wheels, but once you take those off, you've got to ride that bike. You got to wake up in the morning and say, I can achieve anything in life that I want to. 2nd and 6, handoff Chris Carson. He's got a hole. He's got a first down to the 27-yard line. Seattle in business. Crazy Dog Media, Buffalo will beat Pittsburgh in Week 15. That is a possibility. Who knows how things will transpire? All right, we'll find out when the time comes. Russ Sandbergen says, Chiseled Adonis, why you think the Dolphins are breaking their own tank? I wouldn't say they're tanking. I think there's football players ready to win. Organizations may want to tank, but players do not. If you're any form of competitor, you want to win games no matter how many times you go out there. DK Metcalf is a grown man, fights every single tackler, gets to the 1-yard line, but it appears that he was stripped by the hands of the Black Panther. And the 49ers should be taking over on downs because DK Metcalf did lose that football. But it appears that although this extra effort that he's made, could it be for naught? The referees appeared to keep the possession with Seattle. He did not go down. The ball was stripped from him. It should be a fumble going into the end zone. This should be the 49ers football. There can't be any challenge because we're inside 2 minutes. They're going to have to go to review. Seattle may have just lost their opportunity to score. And once again, DK Metcalf puts the ball on the ground. Look at the replay here. He does not go out of bounds. There is green in betwixt his cleat and the sideline. He continues to fight for yardage. The ball is stripped out of his hand at the 2 and carried into the end zone by Tarp. He does lose the football in the end zone, but does recover it. It was a live football. This should be the 49ers football going in a touchback, headed the other way. Once again, DK Metcalf fumbles. And this is a common state, and Mike Tomlin talked about this earlier on his press conference yesterday, or I should say maybe today, addressing, the Pittsburgh Steelers win over the Los Angeles Rams. where he mentioned there was mental errors when it comes to fumbling. You see these young players trying to extend or make a play and extend that yardage, try to reach out for extra yardage to fight for extra downs when they don't have to. You see this common in younger players because they're going to try to fight for every single yard but put their team in jeopardy because they possibly put the ball on the ground. What happened when you saw Juju Smith-Schuster fumble last year against the Saints, trying to fight for an extra yard when he really could have just went down? What happened when he fumbled earlier this year? Hell of a play by Humphrey, so that wasn't really Juju Smith-Schuster's fault. But what did you just see right here? DK Metcalf could have just went down. He could have went out of bounds, but he had that Jim Brown sort of mentality. I'm going to fight for every single yard, but it came back to bite him. Sometimes it's good to just go out of bounds. Sometimes it's good to just go down and live to fight another down, especially if you're in a situation where the ball is loose and you don't have use of both your hands. Drop yourself. Just go to the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, children, if you're out here playing football, you got to make sure your football IQ is on point. Do not put yourself in a situation in which you cost your team yardage, downs, and potentially points, because this can come back to bite Seattle in the second half. Aaron Owens, or I should say Aaron Owens, puts $2 on it and says, "Love what you do, man. I appreciate you for tuning in." It should be 49ers football coming out of this break. That should be a fumble. I cannot envision a circumstance in which the 49ers do not come away with this football. If you look at the replay, there is space in betwixt the cleat of DK Metcalf's shoe and the sideline. So he never did step out of bounds. The ball is being stripped out of his hand as he's going to the ground. It's taken away at the 2-yard line into the end zone. There may not be possession from the 49ers, but that is a live football. The referees did not blow this. They did not end it by they did not call he was down by contact or forward momentum was stopped, because it was not. This should be 49ers football. Levi Wright put $5 on it and says, "My bro is wilding out. Chiseled, been following you since September 2016. Absolutely hilarious. I appreciate you, Levi." September 16. No, I did not start with the with the Pittsburgh Steelers post-game videos. I believe my post-game videos for Pittsburgh, that was the very first one was Miami and Pittsburgh when they played, and Jay Ajayi ran for 204 yards. I believe that was week 6 of the 2016 season, and that was my very first Steeler post-game video. I tried a Steelers, I should say a post-game for the week in 2016. That absolutely failed. If you go back and you were to scroll that far back and watch them, it was brutal. It was bad. But yeah, that was a wild play. Morris Brown says that what a wild play. That was absolutely a wild play, but that should not stand. That should be Seattle that should be 49ers football. And it appears that it is 49ers football. Yes, indeed. What a hell of an effort from that defense. We just read the statistic. They're the only team in the NFL that has not give up any points in the final 2 minutes. And once again, they hold. That defense is legit, man. There it is. Number 29 of San Francisco. Tarp stripped the football. The ball was recovered in the end zone. That will be a touchback. San Francisco should take over at the 20-yard line. Sensational defense. Sensational defense. When all the momentum was on the side of Seattle, San Francisco makes a play. As T.O. would once say, who can make a play? I can. Who can make a play? I can. Last season, San Francisco had the fewest in NFL history when it came to takeaways. 7 takeaways and 2 INTs. Brutal. Brutal. The worst defense, arguably, when it comes to taking the football away in history. And this year, they turned it around. Wow, it's not a touchback. It's not a touch. It's fielded at the 2. This is intriguing. Hand off to Tevin Coleman. He would get his way out of the end zone, carry it to the 5. I thought this would be a touchback. Evidently, it was not. They must have called it from when he stripped the ball and said, all right, we're going to give them possession there. I do not agree with that. He fumbled the ball into the end zone. That is intriguing. Tevin Coleman is limping. Nick Fargo says, I always look forward to your highlight commentaries every week. My friends and I use your jokes all the time. I truly do appreciate you for tuning in, brother. That means a lot. Aunt Helen asked, why am I a Pittsburgh Steelers fan? I'll tell you this much. I told the story last week. I should say last live stream, I'll touch on it once again. The year was 2000. I was 6 years old. Being a native New Yorker, only games that you can watch is local games, or whatever game that they put on the television that may be the game of the week or whatever. The Pittsburgh Steelers was playing against the New York Jets in week 4. The Jets were undefeated. The Pittsburgh Steelers, I believe they were 1-2. Pass to Deebo Samuels. He carries it to the 22-yard line. The San Francisco 49ers do not call timeout. And clock is still rolling. Let's see what transpires here. But I was 6 years old, and I saw Jerome Bettis run a 12-yard touchdown in the second quarter, and I said, this is a large man who can run the football. This is very interesting. The Pittsburgh Steelers caught my attention, and more importantly, they won that game as well. I played my N64. I had a game that had Brett Favre on the cover. It was called NFL Quarterback 2001. I used to only play with the Green Bay Packers because Brett Favre was on the cover. I thought that was the team I was supposed to play with. I kept losing whenever I made it to the Super Bowl. I played with the Pittsburgh Steelers. For some apparent reason, I went undefeated and I won. From that point forth, I said, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Very next year, they went to the AFC Championship and they lost to the New England Patriots en route to the Patriots dynasty beginning. Why did they lose? Torrey Brown, I believe he had 2 touchdowns that game, and on special there was 2 return touchdowns. But from what I remember, that's how I became a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. In the year of 2000, week 4 of the 2000 season, Jimmy G takes a knee. The 49ers will be going into halftime with a 10-7 lead. And shouts out to Kevin Michael Von Magnum. He put 20 on it, said, Sup Adonis. Thoughts on if the Chiefs are becoming too reliant on Patrick Mahomes? I absolutely believe, yes, they are becoming way too reliant on Patrick Mahomes. Let me tell you this much. The Chiefs will become what the Green Bay Packers were for the past decade. A team with a liability on defense and a lack of run game that's consistent. The Chiefs have an ability to have a run game. Losing Kareem Hunt really did hurt them. Damian Williams can run the football, but this year he hasn't been as consistent as he was last year. LaShawn McCoy, for some apparent reason, he's got more Butterfingers this year than he's ever had before, and it doesn't seem like he's gelling well with this offense. So now it's become the Mahomes show where you keep having to throw. Here's the problem. The offensive line for the Chiefs isn't as great as they need for Mahomes to go out there and perform the way they want Mahomes to play. Mahomes isn't struggling by any, meaning of the word. However, he's not putting on the same prolific performance that he did last year. Granted, he missed a couple of games. That offensive line's not performing the same way. So they need to make sure they can have a balanced attack. Andy Reid can figure out anything on offense. But defensively, they got to play better football if they want to go far. Because they're going to continue to think, oh, well, Mahomes can pull us out of this hole. Mahomes can dig us out of this hole. And it's going to end up, resulting in 0 playoff wins. Similar to what transpired with Aaron Rodgers, where he could not get back to the Super Bowl. You don't want to have that happen. Make sure you take care of your quarterback and get him the pieces he needs and call the right kind of offense and make sure guys can run the football and help him. Here we go. In the comment section, what are my thoughts on the Green Bay Packers? Asked by Basquire? I think I'm pronouncing it wrong. What are my thoughts on the Packers? I love the Packers this year. I think they've got a chance. They can make a run. That defense is no joke. They're playing good football. I think through the first 7 weeks, they were a bit overrated, but I like them. I really do like that Packers team. Josue Baldrez asks, am I going to show the game? I cannot show the game. If I put the stream also on the screen, we will be flagged down for copyright. So the purpose of this stream is pretty much you're getting live commentary on the game. It's pretty much like a watch party. You're getting live commentary on the game as you watch the game. If you're not watching the game, then you're really just hearing me. So you're doing yourself a disservice. But what we're also here for is, if you have an iPhone, do me a favor. Download this app that I am putting in the comment section here. Utilize the promo code Adonis. Download that app. You can watch me live on Hot Mic. And the positive over there is my commentary is synced to real time. On YouTube, you're getting a little bit of a delay. So you go and you watch it in real time on Hot Mic. And you can still participate in the chat room. If you have a computer, a laptop, whatever the case may be, iPad, if you have a tablet, on the YouTube stream, you could talk on the chat, but then on your phone, you're connected to Hot Mic and you're listening to me there. And you could also just have it on in the background while you continue with other things as well. But that's the purpose of the stream. All right? comment section. This is a little bit of a halftime show. We're talking in the comment section. And to the individuals in Hot Mic, commenting in that chat room, tweet at me. Tweet me. Because since Android, we don't have the app just yet, so I can't necessarily see it. I could grab the unchiseled Adonis phone, but that wouldn't necessarily work because he is utilizing his phone himself. But tweet at me. If you're in the Hot Mic, comment section, so we can converse and have a conversation about whatever's going on or whatever you want to talk about. All right, it's time to watch. Javon Bowman on Twitter says, it's time to watch some football while listening to my favorite commentator in the NFL. I appreciate you, brother. Moody Booty asked me, do you have any general football tips any young guys can use to help them out? I'll say this much. First and foremost, if you have to work hard, study. That's number one. Study, film, watch players that you want to emulate. That is number one. Okay, because football is a very simple game if you take care of the small intangibles. You take care of the very small, of fundamentals. If you're running routes, watch guys like Ocho Cinco. Watch their feet. If you're blocking, watch clips of Anthony Munoz. Watch clips of Orlando Pace. Watch clips of Dermontti Dawson. Watch clips of a Mike Webster. Watch clips of these different sort of guys who go out there. If you're playing running back, watch Barry Sanders. Watch Walter Payton. Watch the way that they come out of, once the hike, once they call hike, watch how they move. Watch their small sort of movements there. There's small things that you have to be able to pick up, but that all comes from studying. More importantly, you got to know your opponent better than they know you. So film, you got to get into film study and all the other stuff, but first and foremost, work hard. That is it. Try your best every single day to perfect one thing, and then you slowly grow from there. Lamar Goat says, thank you so much for this. This is what I needed tonight. I appreciate you, brother, for tuning in. That means a lot, Lamar Goat. Javon Bowman says, off the dome with the dreadlock verses. We needed dreadlock Bibles for real. Tell you the truth, 2 years ago when I first started with the dreadlock Bible, I was going to write out an entire Bible, and I started writing it. However, I kept creating verses. So I'll tell you what I'm probably going to do. It's going to be similar to what they sell with the Death Note right now. In the Death Note, when you open it up, it says Lynd L. Taylor, and then it's pretty much like a journal. It's an open book. It's a notebook. They have other things like, these are the rules of the Death Note and everything. So I think that's what I'm going to sell as a Dreadlock Bible. I'll have Chronicles 13 verse 7 because that's the quote that I'm going to put on a shirt for merchandise. And I might add, if you look at the left-hand corner of the screen, that is my official logo, the Chiseled Adonis. All right, so that is the official logo. I'm going to have some merchandise with that on, but I'm getting all the lettering and everything done. The top of the year, I should have everything released. I want to get everything done by November and everything because I kept saying I was going to have the merch done. I was going to have all of this other things done for you guys, but it kept being on the back burner because I had so much going on. Finally, I've been blessed to put my trust in different individuals. I have always struggled with putting trust in individuals, and now finally I've been able to do that, and I found trustworthy people who can handle certain sort of things so I don't have to constantly do everything by myself. So finally we will have merchandise. But for the Dreadlocks Bible, it's going to pretty much end up being like a journal. I'll have Chronicles 13 verse 7, can't stop, won't stop, the Lord our God has dreadlocks. And then it's like a blank sheet, and you can put in your own dreadlock verses, and I'm gonna make it fun where guys can, hey, you tweet at me the same way things were before, and I'll say this is an entry from Scott's dreadlock Bible. This is an entry from Tommy's dreadlock Bible. This is an entry from Jamar Quavius's dreadlock Bible, and we really make this feel, intricate, as if we're all taking a part in putting forth, the content here. All right, Big Pete says, can't wait to see your Monday Night Football highlight video. Yeah, absolutely. Amir Singh says, watching Raw, but got Chiseled Adonis Monday Night Football commentary in the background, keeping me up to date. I appreciate you, brother. That means a lot for tuning in. I actually did not see any Raw myself, which is hilarious. I should be watching Raw. Usually I do on Monday, and I stream both simultaneously, but I'd rather hang out with you guys. I could always watch Raw back in the morning. Jerome, the bus will be my favorite. The bus Bettis will always be my favorite running back, says Fly Guy Gray 58. I appreciate you. What do I think Big Ben will make a return next year? I think he will make a return. My thoughts on the Ravens, asked from Bean at Sunbeat. I think the Ravens are phenomenal. I believe in that defense. They're playing sensational football, and Lamar Jackson is making me a believer. I constantly, week after week, said, man, I'd love to see this man throw the football, and week after week, he proves to me that he does not have to throw as good as I expect him to throw. He can throw to the strength that he wants to, and he can run teams over, and damn it, Lamar Jackson, he's made me a fan. I believe in this Ravens team. Damn it, I wish them success. But when it comes to them against the Pittsburgh Steelers, you know I'm voting for the Steelers to win that doggone game. Why are people overlooking Dalvin Cook as an MVP candidate? Dalvin Cook is an MVP candidate in a sense, but I think he gets overlooked because McCaffrey is playing better than him this season. In the grand scheme of things, it's translated to much more wins for the Vikings, but when it comes down to value, McCaffrey is much more valuable to the Panthers than Cook is to the Vikings. Granted, the Vikings wouldn't have won as many games as they won without Dalvin Cook. That's not a slight on Cook at all. But when we talk about the Panthers do not win games at all without Christian McCaffrey. Bottom line. All right. Justin Rourke asked me, did you see Sam Darnold still plays like they have a chance to make the playoffs, still seeing ghosts? Well, Sam Darnold, I like him. I do. But he's just got to get his confidence. He's got to get his head out of his rectal sphincter. His head's in his gluteal cleft. You can't play football like that if you want to win. Raymond asked, yo, Adonis, who you got winning the Super Bowl this year? I got porn star Jimmy G. I can't make a suggestion right now. The football's all over the place. I can make a pick right now, and then things completely change. If you remember back in 2003 when I believe it was the Chiefs started 9-0 or something like that, and they ended the season losing in the wild card round, it's too early to make picks for the Super Bowl. I'm not going to say anybody who I think can win the Super Bowl until the playoffs actually start. Cash Money J, why don't you do basketball commentary? All-Star game and the playoffs. I'm going to do Christmas commentary. I want to do a weekly roundup, but I've been so busy over the past month and a half. I haven't really been able to jump into basketball. But I want to get back into the individual clips. I want to do that for you guys. If the Rams miss the playoffs, will they be the most disappointing team in the league? Perhaps. I'd say so. You just went to the Super Bowl and you did not make the playoffs. That's absolutely atrocious. And it's not as if they're dealing with injuries galore, because that's not the case. Guys are just not playing good football. And Jared Goff got over $100 million guaranteed, and you came out and laid an egg. I'd say they're the most disappointing team in football if they don't make the playoffs. So, yes, I'd agree there. Mahood Farhood says, Chiseled, how do you feel about the Saints? I like the Saints. They laid an egg last game, which is hilarious because I said the Saints were fixing to lay an egg at one point. I did not expect it to be against the Falcons, and they did. So I guess my prediction for the Saints to lose was weeks far too late. But I like the Saints. I don't think this loss is going to be something catastrophic, but I like the Saints. I think they got a complete football team. They can go and make a playoff push. But I think they're missing Mark Ingram. They definitely are. Him and Cameo was a great 1-2 punch. Only having one, that kind of sucks. Have you heard or played Jackbox? No, I have not, Moody Booty. I have not. Delonte Harris, who do I have to win the Super Bowl? Nobody thus yet. Who is the most impressive team? Who do you think was the most disappointing? Plus, I love your vids and been watching them for 2 years. That comes from Delonte Harris. I'll say this much. Most impressive team in football, the 49ers. Nobody saw this coming. Most disappointed, the Rams. Back to YouTube we go. All right, let me scroll up, see if I missed any donations. We had a $2 donation come in from Inbong Awesome. It says, I hope I said that right. Hey man, keep doing what you're doing. Hey man, keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate you donating, brother. Bad sent you should do commentary on the XFL. Josh Gordon thoughts. For the XFL, who knows? Perhaps I will. Only time will tell. As for Josh Gordon, I wish him nothing but the best. I wish him nothing but the best. All right. Let's see. Deshaun Watson in the MVP running? Not with Deshaun Watson could be, but he's not at the same level this season as McCaffrey, not McCaffrey, Wilson, and Jackson. He's not on their level this season. He's slightly below. He's like a tier below. But he's balling, though. He is balling. Thoughts on Cody Parkey? All right. What's my thoughts on Tom Brady now? It's Brady. It doesn't really matter what's happening in the regular season. You just get him an invitation to the playoffs with a first-round bye, Brady's going to be Brady. He doesn't have to do too much. And his defense is one of the better defenses that he had in history. So I'm not worried about Brady whatsoever. All they got to do is protect this man, and he'll play until he's 50. He plays in a very beneficial system where he doesn't have to do too much. So I'm not too concerned about Brady. Lamar Jackson MVP. Jackson is in the conversation. There's Jackson, Wilson, and Christian McCaffrey. Thoughts on Zane Gonzalez? He's been doing well since he's left Cleveland. Tremaine Jenkins asks, am I still doing the chiseling of the unchiseled Adonis? Episode 4 will be up this week. And we're back in the second half, ladies and gentlemen. Kick off from the 49ers, back to be fielded by the Seattle Seahawks. Is returned by Tyler Virgin Lockett to the 22-yard line. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, we got 484 in the comment section. Let me tell you the purpose behind this video. Obviously, if you're not aware of why is there no game on the screen, well, there's copyright reasons as to why that cannot transpire. So we are here having a watch party, and more importantly, you're getting live commentary on the game, so you don't have to listen to Booger McFarland. More importantly, we're live on the Hot Mic app. So if you have an Apple iPhone, if you have a form of iPhone, if you got the iPhone 3, you got the iPhone 1, you got the iPhone 7, you got the iPhone 6, do me one favor. Download that app on the App Store, Hot Mic. I just put the link in the comment section, in the live chat. Use the promo code Adonis. Watch me live on Hot Mic. Why? Because it is live in real time. The audio, the commentary from me is live, directed to your TV, so you're hearing me as the game goes. In contrast to YouTube, where there's about a 27-second, 42-second, discrepancy regarding delay in the stream. So if you want to watch it in real time, go over to Hot Mic. But if you have an Android, be patient. We will be up in a month. Now, Chris Carson gets the handoff, picks up 8. Out of bounds, picks up 9 on the run, setting up 2nd and 1 from what should be the 31-yard line. Out for the San Francisco 49ers, George Kittle, inactive. Robbie Gould, inactive. The center, Weston Richburg, he is questionable with a hand. Emmanuel Sanders is out with ribs. DJ Jones is out with a groin. So now you have limited options for Jimmy G moving forward in this second half. I am curious to see how this will all transpire. But 2nd and 1, handoff to Carson once again. He is stopped short of the first down. It's looking like it's going to be 3rd and inches. Joey Bosa with a sensational shoelace tackle. He spent his time in Foot Locker. If you've ever stepped into Foot Locker, you see their employees waste little time coming over. Hey, what can I do for you? Hey, would you like me to go tie your shoes for you? Hey, you ever need these pair of Nikes? We got a deal on these shoes. Well, evidently that's what Nick Bosa did. He saw Chris Carson carrying the football. Hey, let me go tie your shoelace for you and put him on the ground. 3rd and 1, 3 receivers to the left, 1 running back, 1 tight end. Here we go. Pitch over to Chris Carson, blocker in front, easy first down, stiff arm to Richard Sherman. It should have been a late tackle if Chris Carson went to the ground, but he did not. There's no flag on the play, but I'll tell you this much. There's moving chains for the Seattle Seahawks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, keep yourself hydrated. H2O is your friend. You can drink juice. You can get the high fructose corn syrup into your spirit. You can drink soda. You can drink some of the pop, as the boomers would say. All right, but nothing beats H2O. Keeps your skin looking sensational, might add. And keeps your pee and your urine clear. Don't tell that to R. Kelly. He might try it on some young ladies. Here we go. Russell Wilson looking to go down the field with a little bit of magic. Connects with DK Metcalf. Did he get his feet down? That was one hell of a catch. The referees say yes, he did, and he just submitted his application to the 10 Toes Down Challenge. Look at Tony Toe Tap. Player 1 created character. Russell, I turn the hole into a housewife. Wilson going down the field, connects with DK Metcalf. We're looking at the replay to see if he did indeed get his feet down. I'm not sure if there's a challenge flag or not. Yes, indeed he did. Those feet were on the ground. Listen, if you tried to hang DK Metcalf, you can't because he finds a way to keep his feet down. This is a man that cannot be lynched. Jeffrey Epstein, you should be taking notes, but you can't because you're too busy. Too busy being dead. All right, here we go into the San Francisco 49ers territory, carried to the 47-yard line. Oh, boy, did I take it too far? I feel as if I took it too far. Good Lord. Oh, boy, how did we go there? Well, my mind just keeps going. I apologize if you're a little bit sensitive. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Not sorry. I can't remember who made that song. But here we go. Lady Blitz, I am sorry. All right, I did not know that's where my mind was going to go. Oh, boy, it appears the ball is loose. Oh, my Lord, there's Butterfingers on the play. There's Butterfingers on the play. Oh, good Lord in heaven. Fumble on the play. The 49ers take over on the football. Look at Pete Carroll, absolutely bewildered. He's hoodwinked, bamboozled, flabbergasted, absolutely confused, run amok, led astray, flat out deceived. He thought the 49ers could go down the field, evidently. Pardon me. He thought the Seattle Seahawks could go down the field. Evidently, that's not the case. Who fumbled on the play? Well, it was Rashad Dollar, Rashad Nickel, Rashad Dime, Rashad Penny. Could not hold on to the football, and the San Francisco 49ers take over on downs. I could have swore I missed a donation. Yes, I did. Tyree Van Diver. Pardon me. My mind is all over the place. Who wins the AFC North? I'm going to lead with Pittsburgh to win the AFC North. Why? Because teams in the AFC North have a propensity to have winning streaks and then losing streaks. Baltimore did not have a losing streak yet. I think they are due for a losing streak. However, they are playing sensational football, so there's a possibility that losing streak does not happen. But I have confidence that the Pittsburgh Steelers can possibly win that Week 17 matchup and win that tiebreaker. Now, what the difference in wins will be, that will, ultimately determine. Now, if they're coming in with the same record or there's a one-game difference, I'm picking Pittsburgh to win the division. But you know what? Yeah, I'm just going to lean with Pittsburgh. I believe Pittsburgh can win the division. But if Baltimore wins it, I would not be surprised. But, yeah, you know what? I'll lean more towards Baltimore. There's a possibility Pittsburgh will. Let's just keep it realistic. Baltimore's probably going to win the division. We got a donation from Christopher Hernandez. Love your videos, man. Long-time fan. I appreciate you for tuning in as long as you have, man. Means a lot. Oh, good Lord in heaven. All right. Rashad was not worth the penny on that carry. You're darn tootin' right, OTKP. You ain't lying. Okay, you see, let's not go there. That was going to go in a whole different direction. I was going to talk about the Jews picking up pennies. Well, evidently, it appears Seattle must have had a whole lot of Jews. They picked up pennies, and, well, this guy in particular shows Rashad Penny's not Jewish because he put a penny on the ground. Good Lord in heaven. That's an old Family Guy joke. But who is the worst team in the NFL? The Bengals. Tanner, the Bengals are the worst team in the NFL. All right, the Steelers have home court advantage. That is an interesting way to say home field, Angelo, because I've never seen a football team have home court advantage. Do me a favor. Look in the mirror, slap what you see. Oh, home court advantage. I made the same mistake myself. All right, I said mistake. All right, it sounds ridiculous. All right, but here we go. All right, Andrew says, how about those Vikings beating them boys? Sensational game. Sensational game. All right. Who would you rather have as your kicker, Cody Parkey or Nick Folk? Believe it or not, I'd rather have Nick Folk. Because at least he'll miss an upright completely. Cody Parkey will doink it off of the goddamn uprights. Like, damn, you could have made the kick, but instead you would aim for something like that. That's what disappoints me, because Cody Parkey shows that he knows how to aim, because nobody's hit the crossbar like he's hit a crossbar. So he's much more to let you down. I said Mustoik. It's ridiculous. What's the matter with me? Where am I from? Mustoik. Well, am I from Boston? Porn star Jimmy G dumps the ball off towards his left, connects with Tevin Coleman. He gets pulled down. Flag, it appears this could possibly be a horse collar for Kendricks. Well, what do you know? They're going to get him for this 15-yard penalty. It appears this is a horse collar call. Personal foul, horse collar tackle. Defense number 50. There, 55. There it is. Micah Kendricks with the horse collar tackle. Yes, indeed he did. He said, your name is Coleman? Come here. Let me grab your name. And took him to the ground. Good Lord. Right in front of the 49ers bench. Oh, boy, that was not a good idea. Giving more yardage to that 49ers team. Let me tell you this much. We're going to need to see some dreadlock powers from Jadeveon Clowney if he really wants to get his team back into it. 11:40 left to play. All right. Here come the 49ers. Use check-in motion, hand toss to Tevin Coleman. Pick up of 4 yards. Tackled by the tandem of Griffin, and I believe that was Wagner. Here comes the fumble from Rashad Penny on the replay. This man did not even possess the ball after getting the handoff. He lost it immediately. And the football was bouncing in betwixt people's legs. All right? Nobody saw it. Oh, good Lord. That is terrible. Man, lose the football like that. The 49ers, 18th takeaway this season. 2 takeaways tonight. They are 4th in the NFL. Here come the 49ers. Jimmy G takes the snap. Cannot escape the pass rush of the Ford and those Seahawks, setting up 3rd and long. This is exactly what the doctor ordered. Exactly what the 49ers needed. Mr. GameCube 17. Chiseled Adonis chances. We get to battle of the point stars, quarterbacks and 49ers versus the Jags. Well, that would be interesting. Because Gardner Minshew, now that he's benched, so he's not going to get that opportunity, given that Nick Foles is going to be the starter. So we probably won't see Minshew versus point star Jimmy G. Here we go. 3rd and 11. Jimmy G takes the snap. He's standing on top of the 49ers insignia. Dumps the ball off to his tight end, but he cannot get the first down marker. He'd be out of bounds. It'd be 4th and 2. Sensational tackle from a defensive back of the Seattle Seahawks to force the 49ers to most likely punt, because this would be a very long field goal. I highly doubt that's what's going to happen. There's George Kittle in the booth, sitting there with his salute to service gear on. He's got a knee injury and also an ankle. He is the 49ers leading receiver this season and also last season, but he's kept out of this particular game. The 49ers are not going to punt. They're going to go from the Seahawks 33 yard line. Here we go. Jimmy G takes the snap, looking left, pass incomplete. Deebo Samuels, the pass was a bit behind him. Jimmy G had an errant pass. Deebo Samuels looked for the pass interference. You absolutely was not going to get that call. Kyle Shanahan looking absolutely bewildered. It's going to be Seattle ball coming out of the break. That was a stupid call, I'll tell you that much. Either Jimmy G rushed it or Deebo Samuels ran the wrong route. Whatever the case may be, that was terrible. Mustoik the Clown, Doink's child when he was Miss Rivers. Okay, that's interesting. Joey Bosa, Defensive Rookie of the Year. That's a possibility. Joey Bosa and Devin Bush right now. I think those are the 2 leading candidates for Defensive Rookie of the Year. One quick look at Titter. I said at Titter. One quick look at Titter. Where's my mind? In the gutter. Although, some bosoms wouldn't be too bad right now. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the doggone game. Keep it PG. All right, here we go. The GOAT, as who is the most underrated player in the league and the most overrated player? That's a tough question. Who is the most underrated player in the NFL? The most underrated player in the NFL. That's a very tough one. I honestly, I do not know. I do not know. Overrated player in the NFL? Jared Goff. I'll tell you that much. Jared Goff for sure. Here we go. David Davidson asked, how do you feel about the Lions? That's a very odd way to write, how do I feel about the Lions? Do you feel about the Lions, and how could they improve? The Lions have to figure out a way to win those games that can come down to the wire. Because when games come down to the final drive, the Lions find a way to lose. So they just need to figure out ways to finally finish football games. And more importantly, they need to fix their offensive line so they can have a consistent, run game. Because that lack of run game over the years is ridiculous. There's no reason why Kerryon Johnson and Reggie Bush have been the only 2 100-yard rushers for the Lions in the past 7 years. And Reggie Bush hasn't ran for the Lions in over 5. All right? So that's a problem in itself. Thoughts on the Broncos? Find a quarterback. That's all that has to be said. Find a quarterback. Who do I think? Oh, that was Yordi Oka Lopez says thoughts on the Broncos. And I say find a quarterback. Fly Guy Gray 58 says, who you think will call it quits first, Breeze or Brady? I think, honestly, it'll be Breeze. Back to the game before I respond to the rest of the Twitter questions. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Russell, I turned a hoe into a housewife. Wilson takes the snap, connects with DK Metcalf once again. He tries to escape 49ers. He cannot. He's tackled at the 40, setting up 2nd and 3. Moody Booty asks, once Hot Mic is available on all devices, will you stop the live commentaries on YouTube? No, I will not. I will keep it going on YouTube as well. I'm really a big fan of this live chat, and I'm going to make sure, but I just need to make sure that you guys have me streaming on Hot Mic as well. Javier Venera asks, you think the Vikings can win the division over the Packers? I honestly think they can. Here we go. 2nd and 3, pass to Hollister. He picks up the first down for the Seattle Seahawks. They're moving the chains. Jeff Paisley asks, who do you got for the MVP so far this season, and what pipe are you smoking? Your Steelers will make it to the playoffs as a wild card. All right. I'll say this much. For my MVP thus far, leading the race is Russell Wilson. As for the Pittsburgh Steelers making it as a wild card, it's a possibility that they can. They still have a chance at the division. Why? Because you still have another game against Baltimore. You're only 2 games behind. If you win that second game, that jumps as a game and a half in the division because it's a tiebreaker and not only 1 game. And who knows how things can play out. We still got some games left in the season. The pass is incomplete from Russell Wilson trying to find Tyler Lockett. It was a bit too low, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. But yeah, I think Pittsburgh will most likely make it as a wild card, but who knows how things can play out. Nick Bosa is the rookie, not Joey. Oh, I said Joey Bosa is the rookie. Pardon me. I said Joey. I meant Nick. I get him confused. Nick, Joey, they're both 4 letters. What? No, who knows? All right. Do I think the Seahawks are Super Bowl contenders? What is love? Said correcting me on Nick and Joey Bosa, I might add. Nick, some sort of what appears to be a German last name, says, do you think the Seahawks are Super Bowl contenders? I do think they are. I definitely do think they are. Here we go. Russell Wilson dumps the ball off to Chris Carson. He only picks up about 6. I shouldn't say only picks up about 6 because that's a hell of a gain. Picks up 6 to set up 3rd and 5. Raymond says, what are the chances that the Chiefs rushed Mahomes back from knee injury this season? I'm not sure. I am not sure if they rushed him back or not. I would hope that they didn't. He appeared to be healthy this past week, so who knows? All right. Josh Moses says, do you think the Patriots might have Defensive Player of the Year? Maybe Jamie Collins or Stephon Gilmore? Definitely Stephon Gilmore. Jamie Collins, maybe not. But the Patriots, perhaps. Perhaps they might have the Defensive Player of the Year. All right. Who do I think Cam will play for? Asked Lamar Sorrell. I think that'll be the Chicago Bears. Russell, I turned the hole into a housewife. Wilson is sacked at the 46-yard line. Pardon me, the 44-yard line by Nick Bosa. This man is a grown man. All right. I'm not sure if he can legally drink yet, but damn it, he's having a whole lot of adult beverages in the Seattle Seahawks, backfield. And I'll say this right now. The Seahawks offensive line is costing them this game because every time Seattle has any form of momentum, their offensive line has cost them. And that fumble from DK Metcalf, remember, I mentioned it earlier, it's going to come back to haunt this team. They're going to wish that they were able to get points on the board just before halftime. Great punt from the Seattle Seahawks. It'd be fielded, from James Jr. inside the 10. He'd carry it to the 17-yard line. The 49ers take over, but there is a flag on the play. It appeared to be offsides on the defense. Yes, it appears to be offsides on the defense. That's not an automatic first down for Seattle. Most likely they will repunt the football. Now let me finish up on Twitter before I get back to YouTube. And ladies and gentlemen, you're watching this on YouTube. Do me a favor. If you have an Apple iPhone, download this app that I'm putting in the chat room. Utilize the promo code Adonis and watch me live on Hot Mic. The only difference between YouTube and Hot Mic is you're getting all of my commentary in real time. On YouTube, there's a bit of a 42-second, 27-second, 1-minute delay between what you're seeing on the screen and the audio that you're getting. So feel free to watch it live on Hot Mic. Now, back to what was being said on Twitter. Where do I think that Cam will play? Asked Lamar Sorrell. I said Chicago. I believe he'll go to Chicago or maybe even Denver. Little Linguini says, do you think Brady can win his 7th Super Bowl before he retires? I believe that he can because the Patriots always have an opportunity. Do I think that he will? I'm not going to doubt the Patriots. I just won't. I think there's a possibility that he will. Who knows? Nick asked once again, what do I think about the pickup of Josh Gordon for the Seahawks? I absolutely love it. I love it. Jay asked me, do you think the Falcons can win the South after taking down the best in their division? Take the L out of love it. It's over, brother. The Falcons ain't going to win no doggone division. The Falcons ain't going to the playoffs. They might as well start packing their lockers right now. If you had 10 cleats in your locker, just get rid of 7. Just keep 3 and keep them in rotation until the end of the year. The season's over, brother. All right? Nick asked my thoughts on Trubisky. I don't want to pull the plug on the Trubisky experience just yet, but if your hand is reaching for the outlet, I understand. Until he gets the vertical football pass down, he'll continue to be absolutely mediocre. J Real 313 says, you're more positive about my Lions than my local radio station here in Detroit. I'm not surprised because I can look at the silver lining in a football team. Back to YouTube we go. There was a couple of donations that came in that I missed. So, let's see. We had... There we go. Joshua Lucas put $2 on it. I truly do appreciate you, Joshua. Thank you for donating to the cause. Then we had Zion Blade, always in the chat room. Bears have always been a defensive team for years. What improvement do you think they would need to make on their O-line to actually be contenders this time? Someone claimed Mitch needs to be replaced. Well, in the case of Chicago, as you said, they've always been a defensive team. And I mentioned it in my commentary. Chicago hasn't had a quarterback that put fear into defenses since Sid Luckman. Jim McMahon was all right for when he was on the field, but if you look at his numbers, it wasn't really, we're worried. He played good. He was a good quarterback. One of the better quarterbacks in Chicago history. But he wasn't one of those quarterbacks that had teams on the edge, or had them on their heels. All right? He was a great quarterback, but he didn't put no fear into teams. Jay Cutler was Jay Cutler. Rex Grossman, he rode a defense to the Super Bowl. All right? So Chicago needs to figure it out. Their offensive line is underperforming in contrast to what they did last year. And their offensive play calling, I like to see much more running. Because that's their identity. But again, Mitch Trubisky has to improve on his vertical ball because that defense is getting more snaps this season than they did last year. That's what's costing them. It's not as if their defense is underperforming by any estimation, but they're getting much more snaps. And that the Chicago Bears of 2019 are the Jacksonville Jaguars of 2018. They're the exact same thing. Candace Leach put $5 on it. Thank you, Candace. Sending you some love. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. Constant staple in the comment section. All right, Candace is always here, always showing love. Here come the 49ers. 7:07 left on the clock from their 30. Handoff, or I should say a toss to, I believe that was Matt Breida. Pickup of 3. Setting up second down. Greatness asks, does the Lego police officer Sam Darnold win another game this season? I believe that he does. I'm going to the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the New York Jets game. I'll be there early. Hopefully I can run into Arthur Moats and, the Pittsburgh Steelers fans that are out there tailgating. And who knows, I might go live on YouTube for that one moment. I don't know how my data is going to be working at that time, but hey, we'll find out when the time comes. 2nd and 7. From the 33-yard line, porn star Jimmy G's got time. Rolling towards his left. Looking right, he would find his man. That is caught by Deebo Samuel for a 49ers first down. Sydney Part says, huge fan of your work. By the way, Eagles Nation. I appreciate you, Sydney, for your support. And shout out to those Eagles. I went to the Eagles Super Bowl parade 2 years ago. That was very fun. Pardon me, I should say last year. Wasn't 2 years ago. It was last year. Here we go. The Bears, Cookie Jar says the Bears losing Jordan Howard was huge. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. They needed Jordan Howard. David Montgomery is a good running back, solid, but he's still young. I wish Jordan Howard was still there. He was one of the better running backs in the league, and they did him dirty. I believe there was a tight end. There was a timeout that was called here from Kyle Shanahan. With 5:52 left to play, the 49ers now have 2 timeouts remaining. Seattle still has 3. Wait, there was a time stoppage. What happened? San Francisco is challenging. They didn't use a timeout. They're challenging. They want to see if it's a first down because they did mark it as 3rd and 1. This is interesting. Princess Carl says, love your content. Has me dying while at work. Appreciate all the work you put into this. Call the goddamn EMTs. I appreciate you, Princess Carl. Thank you for tuning in to the channel. Danny Nugent says, smooth operator. Vid landed me a date. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, Danny. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm returning with the Sliding into DM series this week. I stopped because I was shadow banned on YouTube. Oh, pardon me. I was shadow banned on Instagram. I have now been lifted of that shadow ban. How do you know I was shadow banned? If you go to your Instagram right now, if you search Chiseled Adonis, I won't immediately pop up. You'll see hashtags, you'll see other person's accounts before you see mine. Now I should pop up as the first. If I still am not, then I guess I still am shadow banned. But whatever the case may be, I'm returning with the Sliding into DM series this week. It has been far too long. It's about time we get back to being smooth operators. Here we go. All right, is the unchiseled Adonis still injured? No, he is not. I will be addressing that this week. Do I believe in the Madden curse? No, I do not, Gene. No, I do not. And ladies and gentlemen, if you just tuned into the stream here on YouTube, we have been covering the entire Monday Night Football game in a battle for the NFC West between the undefeated San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. But if you have an Apple iPhone, do me a favor. In the comment section, I am putting a link to an app on the App Store called Hot Mic. It is one of the hottest apps now, one of the best new fresh apps, groundbreaking apps I might add. What you will do is on this app, you'll have the opportunity to hear from the favorite commentators of, you know, your who you follow on YouTube, who you follow anywhere. This very, eccentric, energetic, new life commentators on the Hot Mic app. No longer do you have to listen to these archaic commentators. You don't got to listen to no Joe Buck, Troy Aikman on commentary. None of these older guys. You can listen to a creator that you want to hear. So you download this free app. Let me double down, reiterate, reverberate, regurgitate this said sentiment. All right, let me say that once more. Reiterate, reverberate, regurgitate this said sentiment about this app being free. Free free. You download the Hot Mic app. You utilize the promo code Adonis. You watch me live on that app because the audio is synced in live in real time with your television versus YouTube where there's about a minute playback. So go over to the Hot Mic app. If you have an Apple phone, use the promo code Adonis and listen to me there, and you can participate in the chat room here on your tablet, but listen to me on Hot Mic on your phone. All right, and shout out to Stephen Oakes. He put $2 on it and said, hey, Adonis, can I get a late birthday shout out? Happy birthday to Stephen Oakes. And ladies and gentlemen, at Stephen Oakes in the chat room here on YouTube, and tell him happy birthday. Happy birthday, Stephen Oakes. Are you related to Professor Oakes? If so, let me know what Pokemon you're getting this birthday. His name is Professor Oak, not Oaks. It doesn't matter. That just means there's multiple Oaks. It's not singular. Professor Oak is the only Oak in the game outside of Gary, but he's named Gary in the game, not Gary Oak. So it's singular. Now we've got Oaks. It's plural. There's multiple Oaks. Porn star Jimmy G going down the field. Butterfingers pass just for decoration off the fingertips of Bourne. Intercepted by the Seattle Seahawks. Carried to the 15-yard line. Seattle has life. Bourne's hands are just for decoration. You had Bourne identity. Bourne supremacy. Well, evidently now tonight it's Bourne turnover because he could not hold on to the football. Somewhere Matt Damon's head is inside of his sweatshirt, wondering why Bournes are letting him down as Seattle takes over. Yoink. For the possession. They have new life, only down by 3. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for letting Stephen Oakes know a happy belated birthday. We are community here on the Chiseled Adonis YouTube channel. We are a family. We are all in this together, all right? All a part of the Adonis family. I think that's what we're going to call each other, the Adonis family. And I'm pretty sure right now on the sideline, Bourne is looking at himself, asking himself, what happened to my hands? Hand off to Chris Carson, carries it to the 10. He fumbles on a play, but the ball was recovered by the center. Hunt was able to jump back on. Whoo, we would have had a little bit more butterfingers. It is November the 11th, but 12 days ago it was Halloween, and evidently you know who was eating some butterfingers. Rashad Dime, Rashad Nickel, Rashad Dollar, Rashad Penny fumbled earlier in the game, and now Chris, get my child out of the car, son, fumbled as well. But luckily, San Francisco did not recover, so Pete Carroll can feel a little bit more, comfortable chewing his gum. 2nd and 11 from the 18-yard line. Russell, I turn the hole into a housewife. Wilson takes off, breaks one tackle, heads and redirects inside the 5. He's down at the 3, possibly the 2-yard line. 1st and goal for those Seattle Seahawks, and they enter the Tokokino zone. Rosetta Stone, Greek, motherfucker. Here comes the Seattle Seahawks. My Lord in heaven. Here we go. Evan Stafford puts $2 on it. Says, how fast can you run the 41 mile, 40 yards, 1 mile, and 5K? Fastest I ever ran the 40 was 4.51. That was my sophomore year of college. Wait a minute. Russell Wilson throws the ball into the end zone. What a sensational one-hand catch from Hollister. We've got a Seattle touchdown. They take the lead for the Seattle Seahawks. Jacob Hollister with a one-hand catch. This man extended his hands out. 5 fingers of death. You don't understand. I got the football in the palm of my hand. Put it up to my helmet. Touchdown for the doggone Seattle Seahawks. They take the lead over the 49ers. And now you look at the sideline. Bourne is sick. He's looking like I could not catch the football with 2 hands. But Hollister was able to catch it with 1 hand. I'm telling you right now, in Seattle, they're not wearing Haynes. They're wearing Hollister. He put the ball into the end zone. Just look at this magnificent, pulchritudinous, absolutely jubilant catch in the end zone, right on top of, what was that, the E? Look at it. Look at it. That's how the white man catches the football. Right on the helmet. Touchdown. David Tyree. Eat your heart out. Antonio Brown. We don't talk about him enough from the Clown against his touchdown 2 years ago when they played against, I think it was Tennessee on Thursday Night Football. Sensational catch from Hollister. Seattle takes over with the lead, setting up for the extra point. Russell Wilson is fired up. He says, I can create magic. Ciara slept with, she had a child 7 months before she got with me. Somehow she settled down. I made her my wife, and damn it, I took a 3-point deficit and turned it into a 14-plus positive. And here come the 49ers, or I should say the San Francisco, I said San Francisco once again. Here come the Seattle Seahawks to extend their lead to 14 on the 33-yard extra point. The kick sails through the uprights. It is good. 14-10 lead. The team on the road. Here come the Seahawks with the lead. What a catch from Jacob Hollister. Career touchdowns. His first 26 games, he had 0. Zilch. Nada. The last 2 games, he's got 3. All right? That's D. Wade. That's Allen Iverson. That's Russell Wilson. And that is amount of, we're not going to go over there. All right? That was going to get a little bit too dark. All right? But, good Lord, what a catch. What a catch, what a game. Russell Wilson tonight, 12 for 16, 108 yards and 1 TD with 20 yards on the ground. Luke Wilson on the sideline, not activated. What a game. What a game. What a season. Most pass touchdowns in the first 8 seasons in NFL history. Peyton Manning with 244, Dan Marino with 241, Russell Wilson with 219. But when you look at interceptions, Manning had 130, Dan Marino had 136, but Russell Wilson only got 26. When you talk about Russell Wilson, this man is efficient with a capital E. Efficient and accurate. All right? Because when he drives Nissan, because he's got a Nissan Acura. All right? This man is accurate at all times. You believe in Russ. They call him Danger Russ for a reason. Woo, what a game. What a game and a battle for the NFC West. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now tuning in, first feel free to click that like button on YouTube. We got 467 in the room. We got 716 likes. Feel free to hit that like button. Let's see if we can get up to 730. If you're just coming into the room, we're live on Hot Mic. Well, where is the game commentary? I don't see the game footage. Well, we can't put up the game footage because we'd be strike down for copyright. But you can listen to the commentary and mute your television. But do me a favor, if you have an iPhone, download this app that I'm putting in the chat as we speak. Utilize the promo code Adonis. Watch me live on Hot Mic. Play action fake for porn star Jimmy G. Tries to escape Jadeveon Clowney. He does. But he does not escape the rest of the Seattle Seahawks. But it appears there could possibly be a helmet. There is illegal hands to the face. Oh, my Lord in heaven. Jadeveon Clowney is hot. Enough from the clown, says the referees. Let's get the official call. Well, that's bizarre. Personal foul on Quentin Jefferson. Illegal hands to the face. What happened? I'm very perplexed. Jadeveon Clowney had a clear shot for a sack but completely missed. Oh, it was a helmet to helmet. Ah, boy. Yeah, that's tough. Laundry on the field. 1st and 10 from the 40. Seattle is finding a way to shoot themselves in the foot. Handoff, play action fake. Jimmy G could not get the ball off in time. Sensational pass rush from Jadeveon Clowney. Let me tell you this right now. This man is balling. He is balling. But let me say this about that flag. That flag should not have happened. I'm sorry. We're playing football. The quarterback ducked his head. There's nothing that Jefferson could have done. He did not intend to hit the helmet. That should not have happened. Jefferson's a big boy, man. His head looks like a lima bean. No, not a lima bean. Pardon me. It looks like those the milk dud inside of that helmet. You got a milk dud on defense. Remember Brandon Mebane? Whoo, that was a round individual, man. All right, here comes Deebo Samuel. Would be stopped short. It's going to be 3rd and 1, but there's laundry on the field. Holding, offense, it's coming back. Repeat, 2nd down. Evidently, Kendrick Bourne's hands may have been for decoration, but on this play, he made him a little bit fancy and decided he was going to play a little bit of Bow Wow on his radio. Let me hold you. That's exactly what happened. And it's coming back. It's going to be 2nd and long. Welcome, Ken the King arrives. Welcome to the stream. You just tuned in. Has anybody thrown to the other team? Yes, indeed. An individual thrown to the other team not too long ago. Here we go. Play action fake. Jimmy G. He loses the football. Ball is live on the ground. It's recovered by the Seattle Seahawks. And who else to force the fumble but Jadeveon Clowney? What is going on? When it comes to Clowney, it appears the 49ers will not say enough from the clown. What a play. Good Lord in heaven. Jadeveon Clowney running towards the quarterback. Hits Jimmy G in the face. Also hits the ball out of his hand. That is yet another play by Jadeveon Clowney. People in Houston are scratching their heads. They're wondering why they gave away Clowney because they hoped that J.J. Watt would play the whole season. But that is not indeed the case. Clowney is flourishing. And take a look at those linemen sitting there on the sideline. Look like a female dog, upset at their performance because Jadeveon Clowney is absolutely molesting them at the line. Here come the Seahawks at the 24-yard line. Russell Wilson, 1st and 10 in 49ers territory. Hand off to Chris Carson, wiggles through a small hole, picks up 4 yards. They're going to have 2nd and 6 from the 20-yard line. Good Lord in heaven, here come the Seahawks looking to extend their lead. Sasquatch puts $2 on it and says, hey, what's your favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon, I'd probably have to say maybe Lugia. Lugia or Mewtwo. Matter of fact, no, definitely Mewtwo. Sasquatch, my favorite Pokemon is Mewtwo. Xeon Blade, Butterfingers, the true candy of the NFL. You are absolutely true. You're right, Xeon Blade. And I had a question that I had to answer from... Oh, wait, hold on. Play action fake. Russell out turns the hole into a housewife. Wilson connects with Jacob Hollister. Once again, he carries it to the 10-yard line. We're going to have 1st and goal from the 10. All right? But there was a question that was about my speed from Evan Sather. He said, how fast can I run the 40 yards? Well, I run the 40-yard dash. I ran a 4.51 in college. That was the fastest I've ever run. I wanted to break that 4.4. I could not. I was never a fast kid. I was always quick. But when I ran that 4.51, that was the fastest I ever moved. I felt as if I was going to blow out my hamstring. If you told me to run it again, I could not, because the next time I ran it, it was like a 4.7. Pardon me. It was a 4.47. 4.57. So yeah, that was the fastest I ever run, was a 4.51. Handoff to Chris Carson. He runs it up the gut. He tackles. He'd go down at the 1, but the referees down him at the 1-yard line. Whoo, that was close. That was close. Worth a replay, but they're probably going to be down over there. How fast can I run the 1 mile? I believe I ran the 1 mile at 3 minutes and 58 seconds in high school, the very first time that I ever did it in a track meet. I think the fastest, good Lord, can I remember how fast I could run a mile? Was it like 3 minutes and 40 seconds or something like that? I can't remember. I think it was like 3 minutes and 40 seconds maybe. It was probably like 3 minutes and 48 seconds, something like that. It was somewhere around the 3 minutes and 45, 3:48. But I know on paper the fastest because it was logged on my very first time running the mile was like 3 minutes and 58 seconds. But I'm pretty sure at my peak I could run it at 3 minutes and maybe 40 seconds at that. And the 5K, I don't think I've ever timed myself with the 5K. I've never timed myself with the 5K. I'm going to run the 5K at one point, so we'll find out when it happens. But yeah, Chris Carson is down. He's definitely down at the 1-yard line. They've got an inch to go, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, if you got a micro penis, get it out to measure, because that's how far the Seattle Seahawks have to go to get into the end zone and extend their lead from 4 to possibly, 10. Well, not 10. I mean, they'd have to connect on the extra point to make it an 11-point lead. If I was them, that's what I'm aiming for. I want to get into the end zone there. Why don't I cover the CFL? Asked Steven Jackson. Jackinston. All right, that's an interesting last name. Why don't I cover the CFL? Well, because I'm not in Canada, buddy, and I don't get all the games. Here comes Tyler Lockett in motion. Chris Carson bulldozes his way into the end zone, activates his KY jelly, lubes himself up, goes into the end zone, scores a touchdown. Jadeveon Clowney overjoyed, and here we go. The Seahawks take a 20-10 lead. You look at Pete Carroll, he's having himself a great time. I'm telling you right now, we don't got to keep telling people to open up their Dreadlocks Bible, because you should know better. You got to trust in that clown. Clowney's going to get the job done, but we're not talking about Antonio Brown, because when it comes to Antonio Brown, enough from the clown. Touchdown Seahawks. They extend their lead. Oh boy. Things have taken a turn in this second half. And to think that DK Metcalf play could have possibly unraveled that Seahawks front. 21-10 lead for the visiting Seattle Seahawks in San Francisco with 1:42 left to play in the the third quarter. Good Lord, what's wrong with me? The Seattle Seahawks since 2012, a .717 win percentage in November and December games. The highest, second highest in the NFL, only trailing the Patriots. All right? Seattle has been doing sensational, all right? I only believe they missed the playoffs one time in Russell Wilson's career. Okay, but they're playing great football right now. Jadeveon Clowney making sure that you keep your Dreadlocks Bible open. You turn it to Chronicles 13, verse 7. Can't stop, won't stop. The Lord our God has dreadlocks, goddammit, and he's playing good football. Oh boy. First Dreadlocks 2 versus 7. Who says let it rip? That's Blade. Trusting the power of Dreadlocks, you'll make the Houston Texans regret their trade. Oh my Lord. Here come the Seahawks, baby. They're playing good football. Zim says the fastest collegiate mile run ever run was 3:50. Okay, yeah, so that's impossible. Okay, yeah, Zim, if that's the fastest collegiate mile ever run was 3 minutes and 52 seconds, I definitely did not run that 3 minutes and 58 seconds. I'd have to look it up to see if I could find it, because I know damn well I didn't break no records. I can tell you that much. So maybe it was 4 minutes. Well, no, it couldn't have been 4 minutes, because when we had practice, I ran 4 minutes and 30 seconds in the mile practice. So I know I didn't break any records. I have to figure it out. I have to figure out what I ran. Oh, yeah, but I know I did not break any records when it came to running a mile. I did have endurance, but I wasn't that kind of athlete who just had people like, whoa, what did he just do? I wasn't that guy. Let me see if I could find on paper my statistics. Elmo's World. I don't know why Elmo's World just came to my mind. How many individuals here in the chat room ever watched Sesame Street? Comment in the comment section if you've seen Sesame Street before. I've never been a fan of Elmo. I always hated Elmo. Elmo's a douche. All right, here we go. What did I run in the mile? I ran cannot find it. The mile. Oh, pardon me. It was 4 minutes. And 4 minutes and 32 seconds. That was my time in the mile. Pardon me. I apologize for that. I thought it was 3:58. No, it was my first mile I ever ran was 4:58. My fastest mile was 4:32. Yes, 4:32. My apologies for that. I am sorry. Thank the Lord. Whoo! I would have had people on a rope. Dude, he ran that? I am sorry about that. We keep things transparent over here. I'm not going to give you no story where you thought I ran that fast. I did not. I had the numbers mixed up. I knew something didn't sound right. As the 49ers would not stop short, they'd pick up their first down. Let's get back to the game. We are getting way too personal right now. We have a couple of, did we have a donation that came in? Yes, it was Xeon Blade talking about the Butterfingers are the true candy of the NFL. And ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to donate and you don't want to do it through Super Chat, I have a couple of links that are in my description right here. Also, I am on Cameo as well. So if you'd like to get a personalized shout-out video, you can just meet me right here on Cameo. I'm putting the link in the chat. Hit me up on Cameo if you would like. I have done a few thus far, and you can hit me up over there. If you would like to donate to the cause, whether that be Patreon, whether that be through PayPal, you can just use these links over here, Patreon, PayPal. I also have Square Cash as well if you'd like to make donations. But most importantly, there are those links over there. But most importantly, what I need you to do is go over to Hot Mic if you have an iPhone or Apple product. You just go over to Hot Mic, you download the app. It is absolutely free. You utilize the promo code Adonis. You watch me live on Hot Mic. Replace the sports commentator that you're hearing on television with a voice that you actually are fond of. All right, here we go. Sharaf Hassan asks, when is the highlight video coming out? Tomorrow. It always comes out tomorrow. Why would you ask me that? Oh, you asked me that. That's tomorrow. All right. Here we go. Did I freeze? Somebody said, did I freeze? I don't think I froze. 5th grade was the last time they saw Sesame Street. All right. That might be the last time. I never really been a fan of Bull. I've never really been a big fan of Elmo myself. Here we go. That one guy says, what was my 100 meter time? I don't think I ever ran the 100 meter. I've never been a sprinter, so I have no clue. Let's see. JPV 2013 says, the SpongeBob meme makes my mom laugh because that's exactly how my dad talks about as a Cowboys fan. That's hilarious. Tell your mom I appreciate you. All right. And on top of that, JPV 2013 says he's a big fan of my work. He's a Patriots fan who grew up in the DFW area. So every time you make fun of the Cowboys, it's hilarious. I appreciate you. Although you are a Patriots fan, I have no love lost. I think that's the wrong analogy. I think no love lost is a bad thing. Whatever the case may be, I appreciate you for watching my videos. It means a lot. Back to Twitter we go. Lamar Sorrell says, which team has been the biggest disappointment? Again, I'd say that was the Rams. The biggest surprise, the 49ers. Jeff Peasley says, do you think Lamar Jackson can make an NFL record passing for 3,000 yards and rushing for over 1,000? I absolutely do. Lamar Sorrell says, the return of the sliding into DMs. Absolutely. Jay says, what do you think about the Steelers? What do you think the Steelers need out of this upcoming draft class? I would say they definitely need to draft one more safety. Well, no, actually no, because Minkah Fitzpatrick is great, so I'd say sign him. Draft a corner. They need another corner opposite Joe Hayden. Butterfingers once again. Good Lord, what is going on? Jimmy G with a magnificent pass to Deebo Samuel, but his hands are just for decoration. Cannot hold on to it. It would bounce out of his hands twice. He would regain possession only to get tackled and lose possession of the football. You can't play football like that, buddy. Catch with your hands, not with your chest. As my old college coach would always scream at me, you got to turn your hands over. Chris Greggs, if you're in the comment section, shout out to you. He was my old college teammates. He supports me over here on YouTube, and I truly do appreciate you for that. I believe he was an All-American in track or something like that when he was playing in high school. That kid was talented. Listen, he was one hell of a wide receiver. Handoff to Matt Breida. He loses his balance. It'd be a loss of one. The 49ers going to have third and long. Omega Phenom says, Chiseled, can you say your intro slowly? No problem. I am the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis. There it is right there. If you could not pick up on that, you might as well play it back. You can always go back and press replay. All right, here we go. King Jin 95 says, I remember the Jesse James catch video. My comment was in there. I feel clowns. Well, there it is. Pass on 3rd and 11 could have possibly been intercepted, but it was not. The 49ers going to be forced to punt. Mufasa 666. Pardon me. Mufasa 6690 says, been a fan of you for only a year, but your vids are awesome and make my day. Do you think the Broncos can beat the Vikings? I believe any team can be beat on any given Sunday. Oh, the pass was tipped by Taylor. Pardon me. But they're going to be forced to punt. But I believe any team can be beat. The Vikings, they are very inconsistent when it comes to, performance offensively. Now, granted, October they played absolutely sensational. Now, the Broncos, they did pull off a great game against the Browns, so they do have it in them to, walk in and defeat the Vikings. Not that the Browns are some great team, but when it comes to receiver talent, they were able to pretty much, quarantine, or I should say stop and stifle. Quarantine's a very weird word to use in football terms, but they were able to stifle, Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry. So perhaps they can do the same things to Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen is hurt, still hurt, I might add. So yeah, I think the Broncos definitely can, but it's all on the shoulders of, I'd say, Phillip Lindsay, because if he could get going, the Broncos have a chance. If the Broncos have no run game, I have no faith in their quarterbacks whatsoever. So yeah, that's how I think about it. But I appreciate your donation of $5. All right, there we go. Jimmy G is getting exposed. I cannot necessarily say it's all on Jimmy G. You're seeing the issues with the receivers here and their hands being just for decoration. 1st and 10 for the Seattle Seahawks. They've got all of the momentum from the 20. Play action fake for Russell Wilson. Escapes. He's going to take off. He slides. Oh, his foot kind of got stuck in the turf there. That does not look good. There's a 49er that is down on the ground, and Thomas is not moving. Oh, this is not good. His head is in the dirt. There is a problem that has just happened here. He is writhing in pain. I hope that man is all right. Russell Wilson nearly lost the football. He tried to slide. His knee got stuck in the turf, and there was a helmet-to-helmet collision from two 49ers. Oh, that's going to be bad. I hope that brother is all right. In the comment section, we got a donation that came in from Riggs E-Golf. He says, my dad used to throw the ball straight at my face when I was young, so I would learn to catch with my hands. Apparently, Samuel did not have the superior training. You are absolutely correct. My father did not throw footballs to me because my father played soccer, so he never really threw me any footballs. So thanks, Dad. I appreciate you for throwing me the football. He's currently at work right now. When he gets home, I'll probably chastise him. If he gets home during the game and still going on, I will ask him live. But if he walks into frame, that's going to be very awkward. But yeah, my dad never threw me any football. My brother actually had a pretty good arm. For a gargantuan individual who had no business playing quarterback, he had a very good arm. So I learned how to catch with my hands at a very young age due to the unchiseled Adonis. So shout out to you, unchiseled Adonis. Somewhere to my left. Here we go. Can I help Russell Wilson slide better? I can help him slide into DMs if he's into adultery and cheat on his wife. Although I'm not a person who goes and cheats. I'm a very faithful individual myself. But if that's what Russell Wilson needs aids in sliding, pardon me, he does not need aids. Magic Johnson, stay away from him. But if you need help with sliding into DMs, I can help you with that. But do not graduate from RG3 University. That's what Russell Wilson looked like on that particular run. Josh Moses says, would you rather have a system like the Patriots and Saints where you don't have a player for any awards, or have a player like that's always in contention for an award? Sorry if that was hard to explain. I understand what you're trying to say, Josh. You're talking about players that get offensive awards or accolades like the Patriots and the Saints versus, being out of a system. Now, if you're asking me as a player, I'd rather be in a Patriots system because I win. I win often. I win Super Bowls. I contend versus getting all of the accolades and being a Hall of Famer but having no championships. Let me just say this. You play for personal recognition, but ultimately it's a team game and you play to win. I don't think players that end with no Super Bowls are failures. I don't think that by any estimation. But I'm sure that they definitely feel like, damn, I wish I would have won, because you play to win the game. You can be at peace with not winning, but I'm sure that it bothers you, without question. There's no doubt in my mind. Charles Barkley, Dan Marino, Barry Sanders, Chris Carter, Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, Steve Smith, Boomer Esiason, there was a quarterback that retired, Carson Palmer, Larry Fitzgerald. I'm sure that when you wake up in the morning, it still bothers you that you did not win a Super Bowl. It doesn't consume you, but it bothers you that you did not win. I'm sure these players definitely do. So, yeah, that's something I'd think about. Josh says, what happened to his hands? You're darn tootin'. Yeah, right. What did happen to his hands? 2nd and 4 from the 26-yard line. 13:38 left to play in the fourth quarter. Hand off to Chris Carson. He's got a blocker in front. Great block from DK Metcalf on a linebacker, I might add, for the first down. This is what you want to see from your young receiver. Going out there and blocking a linebacker and taking them to the sideline. Sensational block from DK Metcalf. Look at the replay over here. He's coming from the slot. All right? He's coming from the slot. He takes that linebacker, takes him on, and takes him all the way to the sideline to open up the lane for Chris Carson. That's a great run from Carson, but a sensational block from DK Metcalf. That's what you want to see. That's why he's player one. That's why he's got his attributes turned all the way up. And on the day, Chris Carson has 14 carries, 53 yards, and a TD. All right? First down from the 33-yard line for the Seattle Seahawks. Handoff once again. Chris Carson picks up positive yardage, gain of 3, setting up 2nd and 7 from the 35-yard line. Back to Twitter we go. We got, I should sound like OJ. Hey, Twitter world. All right, so we got Nick Bernard says, how much do you want to bet the next reviewable penalty will be helmet to helmet? I can guarantee you that will happen. And people are not going to be happy about it. And that's not a threat. That's a guarantee. It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. I'm not just sure. I'm HIV positive. You're hepatitis C. People's arms up in the air about this pass interference call, about this, roughing the passer call. And they're going to be hands in the air once again for helmet to helmet calls. And what happens? Russell Wilson is sacked and the ball is stripped from the offensive lineman. He drops it. It's picked up by the 49ers. They go into the end zone. Touchdown. Fumble recovery score. The 49ers defense answer, and they cut their deficit to 5. Good Lord, what a play. The offensive lineman for the Seattle Seahawks trying to figure out how he can take the ball out of Russell Wilson's hand. You had Pete Carroll bewildered. He said, how the hell did that happen? Russell Wilson lost the ball. He gave it to the offensive lineman. The offensive lineman tried to spin move, get out of danger. All right, Russell Wilson lost the football, picked up by the offensive lineman. He was punched. The ball was punched out of his hand, scooped up by Buckner into the end zone. 49ers touchdown. What a play. And it appears they're going to go for 2. What a play. My Lord, pandemonium out in Santa Clara. And here come the 49ers going for 2. What a play by the captain, Buckner. Russell Wilson confused, perplexed, not sure what just transpired. The 49ers offense on the field going for 2. Porn star Jimmy G walking to the field. Walking to the line. You got 2 receivers set on both sides, all right? With 1 running back, Bourne goes in motion. Snap is not on time. There should have been a flag for delay of game. He throws it back inside. It's caught by Bourne. 2-point conversion is good. 21-18. The deficit is cut back down to 3. Momentum is on the side of the home team, and the 49ers are rolling. Here we go. We're going to have an exciting finish, ladies and gentlemen. You've got an NFC West matchup, I might add. I apologize for that. NFC West matchup between the 49ers and San Francisco 49ers versus San Francisco 49ers. What are you playing against yourself? We're having time trials. What is this, Mario Kart? San Francisco 49ers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Hell of a game thus far. 49ers setting up to be extremely exciting down the stretch. Oh, my Lord. Here we go. Guy Hodge, 2. The second says, tonight's game is sponsored by Butterfingers. You're doggone right. If the 49ers had Kittle, says Jeff Paisley, the scoreboard would be different. I would agree. There would be less Butterfingers. All right? who's the most complete prospect out of the upcoming draft? Ask Jay. I have no clue. I do not watch college football that often. Xavier says, my Giants have been going through it, bruh. It's the worst. I absolutely agree. The Giants are absolute trash. Put them in a Glad commercial. They are garbage. Nick says, where do you think Andy Dalton plays next year? I think he's going to end up being a backup for an organization. I'm not sure where that'll be. Bitter Samurai says Seahawks are humbling those 44-plus fivers. Well, they were humbling them, but 49ers now have the momentum, so we'll see how things transpire. Then again, you did tweet this at me 9 minutes ago. Pat Flores says, did he get sliding lessons from Tony Romo? That is a possibility. That's not the sliding lessons you want to take. And then to end it off on Twitter, King Jin 95 says, do you think Megatron can suit up and be consistent in the NFL? Absolutely, Megatron can. Megatron can show up tomorrow, and I can guarantee you he'll be a staple on a football team. All right, here we go. It is 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Pass to Jacob Hollister. Breaks a tackle. Picks up 5. He's at the 30. 2nd and 5. 11:53 left to play. The San Francisco 49ers defense trying to hold so they can give the power, give the ball back to their offense and porn star Jimmy G. Seattle trying to hold on to the lead that they just picked up. They had an 11-point lead going into the fourth quarter. Early in the fourth quarter. Now seeing their defense, go out there, or I should say the 49ers defense go into the end zone, then convert on a 2-point conversion, cuts that deficit down to 3. Can Russell Wilson stay magical as he has the entire season? Snap on 2nd and 5. Hand off to Chris Carson. He had a block out front, but sensational push from that linebacking core, setting up 3rd and short. It's looking like it's going to be 3rd and 2 from the 33-yard line for those Seattle Seahawks. Can they convert here? This is a quite precarious position for Pete Carroll because he doesn't want to have a situation in which they do not convert, because we will have, the 49ers with all of that momentum getting the football back. And when emotions are high, you're playing at home, the crowd is into it. This is something you don't want to have to deal with if you're on the road. More importantly, the 49ers defense have 6 consecutive games with at least 3 sacks. 2 seconds left on the play call. Timeout is going to have to be called by Russell. I turn the hole into a housewife Wilson. It appears we're going to a timeout break. 10:33 left to play. 3-point lead for the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson walking to the sideline to chat it up with Pete Carroll, offensive coordinator, to figure out where the hell they're going. Geno Smith is walking over in the quarterback chat as well, but he's got no business being over there because Geno Smith is an absolute liability. Tonight, the 49ers defense allowed 180 yards, 4 sacks, and 3 takeaways. Masterclass performance. Remember, coming into this game, they were 4th in the NFL when it comes to takeaways. I know they trail the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know they trail the New England Patriots. I'm not sure who's in 3rd place, but the 49ers defense is legit. I don't want to hear anything about, they haven't played anybody. No. 49ers defense comes to play. And damn it, they're playing tonight. Here we go. 3rd and 3. Big time down here for those 12s, and we ain't talking about the police. Russell, I turned the hole into a housewife Wilson. 5 seconds left on the play clock. Play action fake over the middle, looking for DK Metcalf. Broken up. Sensational defense from the all-pro Richard Sherman. What a play. 49ers gonna get the football back with all momentum. Questions on this game. Why have we not seen more from Tyler Lockett? I understand DK Metcalf is balling. The ball went right through his hands, I might add. Richard Sherman was there, but DK Metcalf got to catch that football. As far as I'm concerned, that ball needs to be thrown to Tyler Lockett on that sort of situation. I understand DK Metcalf, as I said earlier, sensational receiver. He's got his game sliders up. The man can play good football. But Tyler Lockett has that experience. Tyler Lockett is the best receiver on your team. Put the football in his hands. Punt is fielded by the 49ers at the 14. He's tackled immediately by the Seattle Seahawks, but there's a flag on the play. There's laundry on the field. It appears that he's going to get caught for helmet to helmet. The referees coming together to go and deliberate to see if this is going to be a call that stands. I personally probably would not call it. Let's look at the replay to see if there was helmet-to-helmet contact. Indeed, there was. Thorpe will end up being flagged. 15-yard penalty. The 49ers continue to benefit off of Seattle's mistakes. Nico Thorpe not sure what to do with his head. out here using TM02. He's went to the, what is it, Elix Forest? Yes, it is. He went to the Elix Forest on his way to Azalea Town. He ran into one of those trees and he picked up Headbutt, and he utilized it on the play. That is Pokemon Johto, Gold, Silver, Crystal, on the Game Boy Color. If you grew up in the early 2000s and the late 90s, you get the reference. If not, you probably played the reboot in the late 2000s. Whatever the case may be, somebody got headbutted. In the second half, struggles for porn star Jimmy G. He lost a fumble in both halves. He's only thrown an interception. Here we go. Hand off to Tevin Coleman. He'd be tackled immediately by Bobby Wagner and taken to the ground by Wagner and KJ Wright. All right, gain of what appears to be 3 yards. Sasquatch asked if he called a fair catch. I don't think he did. All right, here we go. 2nd and 7 for those 49ers. On the field, Coleman, Juszczyk, Tolo, Dwelly, and Samuel. Play action fake to Coleman. Over the middle, Debo Samuel open. He's going to be stopped at the 46-yard line. No, he keeps moving to the 44, and he is fired up. Look at that emotion. This man he's upset at the lack of well, not necessarily lack of production that he had this game, because he was productive. But the last time we saw this man with the football anywhere near him, he had butterfingers. Look at the route. Look at that 10 and in. All right, that's 15 and in, I might add. But look at that route. Sensational feet. All right. Somebody get Steph Curry on the phone. He has a foot fetish. He'd love Debo Samuel's feet on that particular drive. All right. Handoff to Raheem Mostert. He keeps his feet, picks up 8, tackled by Bobby Wagner, but the 49ers, all momentum. They're moving the ball down the field. Look at that fan with the hair. All right, look at that beard and that hat. He looks like Hillbilly Jim in the old WWF. Kyle Shanahan calling in the play to Jimmy G to see what's going to transpire. 2nd and 2. 8:35 left on the clock, 17 seconds on the play clock. The 49ers trailing by 3 at home, not in Candlestick Park, but in Levi Stadium, to the Seattle Seahawks, coming straight from is it Oregon? Is it Seattle, Oregon? Whatever the case may be. Pass completed to not George Kittle, because he's not playing this game, but tackled by Trey Flowers, and the 49ers are inside the 25. George Kittle ecstatic, moving the chains. He's standing up in the booth. My knee, my ankle, but somehow finds a way to cheer. Look at the replay over here. Play action fake. Everybody over pursued. Or as my old coach, Coach Marinello, shout out to you, over pursued. Okay? And there is Jimmy G connecting with his tight end, moving the ball, moving the chains inside the 25. 1st and 10 from the 23. Handoff to Raheem Mostert, carries for another positive yardage, picking up 7 on the play. It appears Seattle's defense is on their heels. Not sure what they're doing, all right? They seemed a little bit weaker. They need to get more calcified. Somebody needs to turn them into bread that you would receive at a wedding reception. You know how when you go to a wedding reception and the food is hard, you go and you get the bread is damn near erect. You can barely bite into it. Your jaw begins to get into pain because that's calcified bread. The bread is hard. The defense needs to figure out a way to make things hard, but that's going to be hard if KJ Wright is on the ground, because he's a pivotal part of that Seahawks defense. It appears that he has some sort of cramp. Something's going on. It looks like it could be a shoulder. That is not good. We have a ton of pectoral injuries thus far this season. J.J. Watt, gone. Why? His chest. You had a Quan Alexander on the sideline for the San Francisco 49ers, gone because of his pectoral. And here we have KJ Wright trying to figure out something with his arm, moving it in a circular motion. There is something going on over there. He's going to be off the field. 2nd and 5. If I am the 49ers here, I would run the ball up the gut, but through the left side between the guard and the tackle. I am attacking where KJ Wright should have been. All right, they send the tight end in motion. Here is the draw. No, it's a play action fake. Porn star Jimmy G could not get away with the football. He is sacked and it appears we're going to have a third down. Look at that large, gargantuan Woods making plays. All right, no Xavier Woods, but he's out here stopping people. All right, they turned on the N64. It appeared the offensive line for the San Francisco 49ers done lost Woods, and he made a doggone play. Usually I keep that joke for Robert Woods, but the Rams aren't playing. For this next play, I'm going to start talking like Korg from Avengers Endgame. Why? Because damn it, I can. 5 sacks on the day for Seattle, 4 sacks for the San Francisco 49ers, and here comes Korg. 3rd and 8 for the 49ers. Jimmy G takes the snap, looking over the middle, pass ricocheted into the air, could not be intercepted by the Seattle Seahawks. Why? Because their hands are only for decoration. And there it is, setting up 4th and 8. It appears there's going to be an interception. No, there was no interception, because not only is Bourne's hands still for decoration, the hands of the Seattle Seahawks are for decoration as well. As they could not get the interception, it would be forced to get a field goal coming from Chase McLaughlin. All right, he made his first field goal from 43 yards out, and he's going to try to connect on his next. The theme for tonight is not only Butterfingers, but what happened to my hands? McLaughlin puts it through the uprights. We've got a tie game at 21 with 6:17 left to play. Oh my. Here we go, coming down to the wire, man. This is an exciting game. I am thoroughly enjoying it from start to finish. This is what you like to see in divisional games, man. Back to Twitter we go. Xavier asked me, what are my thoughts on Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones? I have no real opinion. He's young. It's his rookie season. He looks like he has some potential. He just needs to get protection, but he has to take care of the small intangibles. His awareness when the pass rush is coming is at absolutely zero. This man will hold on to the football like Eli Manning, shows that he's been learning from Eli Manning, because his awareness to get rid of the football when the pass rush is coming is at zero. He needs to improve on that if he wants to be better. All right? Then we got Jeff Paisley. I love your content, brother. You are my boy. FYI, I noticed that you've been pronouncing my last name wrong, but it's okay. Pronounce it Peasley. Pardon me, I said Paisley. I'm sorry about that, Jeff. Peasley. Jeff Peasley. Sorry about that, brother. There we go. Josh Moses on Twitter says, do you think the Patriots defense is still the best defense in the league despite that terrible loss to Baltimore? By the way, can you do your Cowboys impersonation while saying what happened to your hand? What happened to his hand? But I would say the Patriots defense is, well, I can't say they're the best defense in the league right now, because right now Pittsburgh is looking like they're the best defense in the league. But it varies. I mean, when you talk about consistency over the course of all of the games, I would have to give it to the Patriots, because although they did have a blemish, that one game, hell, the 85 Bears had 38 hung on them from Miami, and they was still a historic defense. So I still got the Patriots as the best defense in the NFL. Jeff Peasley asked me, I'm pronouncing it right from moving forward, where do you think Teddy Bridgewater will go this offseason? I believe that he will go to the Bengals or the Broncos, possibly the Patriots if Tom Brady retires. I don't think Tom Brady will retire. I think most likely if Teddy Bridgewater, the move will maybe be Denver. Cincinnati, I do not want him to go there. I think that's a bad look. Chicago, if I was Chicago, I'd be set on Cam. I think that works best. He can replicate, what happened with Vince Young and that 2009 Titans offense, or I should say 2010 Titans offense. 2009 was Kerry Collins. No, 2008 was Kerry Collins, whichever one it was. But if you have a mobile quarterback with a very good running back or running backs that can run the ball, that really helps because it keeps that linebacker at home. So I would say most likely Ted Bridgewater to the Broncos. Now, in the comment section, who you got on Thursday night? Isn't that the Browns taking on the Steelers? I got the Steelers, no problem. I'm making my pregame video on Wednesday. All right. Here we go. Oh, my Lord. Tie game, 21-all. You talk about a good football game. This is sensational. This is sensational. All right, here we go. Seattle to punt the ball. Pardon me. Seattle to receive the kickoff. Ball will be not fielded. Will be not fielded. Is that even English? What are you talking about, Adonis? It's into the end zone. Touchback, one more look at the NFC playoff picture. You have the division leaders, the 49ers, the Packers, the Saints, the Cowboys. All right, in the wild card, Seattle and Minnesota. In the hunt, the Rams, Eagles, Panthers, Bears. Now, from where I stand, I believe the NFC West, that being the game that you're watching right now, I believe either one of these teams can win the division. All right, I'm still rolling with the Seahawks to win this division because they are much more seasoned. Now, the Packers, I believe they will win the division. The Vikings will be a playoff team. Between the Cowboys, them boys, and the Philadelphia Eagles, honestly, it comes down to that last game, but I'm leaning more towards the Cowboys representing that division. And in the NFC South, I believe the Saints will take that division as well. Back to the game, 1st and 10. Finally, the ball into the hands of Tyler Lockett, tackled immediately. Pardon me, not immediately. He'd pick up about 8 yards. He'd set up second and 2. But there's an injury on the play. Another 49er is down. This is not good, all right? But we've got a tie game. This is great, all right? Comb your beard. I should comb my beard, but I'm not going to comb my beard right now. Eddie Ryder, don't worry about that, all right? I actually got to go and get myself a haircut. I haven't been to the barbershop since before I left to New Orleans. Now, if you guys remember when I made my vlogs about New Orleans, when was New Orleans? In August. The boy been brutal out here, okay? But soon enough this week, I'll get everything taken care of, at least regarding grooming and all that other stuff. But I have Manscaped. So, I could utilize my Manscaped Lawnmower 2.0. Remember, I did, do advertisements for Manscaped. So feel free to use my promo code. Buy yourself a Manscaped, a product, and help your boy out, Adonis. And more importantly, comb your, Manscape yourself. Although it's not supposed to be on your face. It's supposed to be for your balls. But regardless, something will thank you. Here we go. Oh, boy. My back. Sitting in a chair is not for me. All right, so here we go. 2nd and 2 from what appears to be the 31 career game-winning drives for Russell Wilson, the most since 2012, including the playoffs. Here we go. Yes, one quick look at those Josh Gordon highlights because they are non-existent. I don't even think this man has had a catch. Russell Wilson takes the snap. Hands the ball off to, is that Chris Carson? Because he did not get the first down. I don't think so. He's gonna be marked 1 yard short. On Twitter, who you got on Thursday night? I got the Pittsburgh Steelers. How do you feel about the Saints after Sunday? I feel the exact same way about the Saints. What do you think about Cam for the Bears? I love Cam go to the Bears. That was from Suave King. I love Cam going to the Bears. Jeffrey Burtis? Yeah, Burtis, how do I feel about the Saints? I feel exact same way about the Saints that I did coming into the game. It was just one of those trap games. Next Generation Bros, who I got Thursday night, I got Pittsburgh. Now, here we go. Handoff to Chris Carson. He would pick up the first down. He's stumbling, rumbling, fumbling, not fumbling. First down for the Seattle Seahawks. And if I'm Seattle here with one timeout, what I'm doing is killing clock. If he kept his balance, that could have been a big run. Great job by Chris Carson. First and 10, under 5 left to play from the 36-yard line. 18 carries, 61 yards, 1 TD, play action fake. Russell, I turned the hole into a housewife. Wilson connects with Jacob Hollister. He'd pick up another Seahawks first down out of bounds at the 47, the 46, whatever the case may be. They're moving chains. Somebody hopped in a Brinks truck, but they're not carrying money. They're carrying jewelry because they're moving chains. Out of bounds right at the line at the 46. Out of bounds at the 46. So we should have a 1st and 10 from the 46. 4:29 left to play, but going out of bounds stops the clock. Stops the clock. Ooh, I am yawning. Here we go. Russell Wilson, play action fake once again. He's got time in the pocket. No holds on the play. He's rolling. He's sliding once again. A terrible slide at the 48-yard line. Let me tell you something. I don't know if it's the turf. I don't know if it's the knee brace, but nobody should be sliding right now. Let's take a look at Russell Wilson's highlights, all right? When you talk about snap to pass, he has been holding on to the football for some time. On one big pass on the sideline catch to DK Metcalf. He held the ball for nearly 7 seconds. On the touchdown pass to Jacob Hollister, he had the ball for about 5. So he's holding on to the football for some time. 2nd and 5, they come out with 3 receivers set, 1 tight end, 1 running back. All right? And in motion, no, it's not a tight end. It's just an eligible lineman. They're going to run here. No, play action fake. Russell Wilson keeps it himself. It's a run. It's a QB boot. He cannot get away. Oh, my Lord. When you take a quarterback to Macy's and they say there's a sale on winter shoes, what do you call them? QB boots. The tackle from the 49ers, but he's down. He is down. Sensational play. Russell Wilson should have tried to use his speed to get over to the sideline, but that was not the case. Great tackle from that San Francisco 49er, but he is down. He hit the floor rather hard on his tushy, but I think something happened with his hamstring. I hope that brother is all right. We've seen far too many players on the ground. This is not the kind of football that you want to see. All right? Good Lord. Okay, here we go. Ooh, I think he's all right. One quick look at those Dwayne Haskins highlights. Yeah, there's nothing going on right now. Russell got yanked, I'll tell you that much. Lamar would have broke his ankles? Absolutely. Back to Twitter we go. Bean asked, thoughts on the Ravens versus Texans game? It should be in prime time. Yes, it probably should be in prime time, but I'm hoping it's an exciting game. I expect it to be, but I think this is a game in which the Texans do pull off an upset victory because the Baltimore Ravens riding high off defeating the Patriots 2 weeks ago, absolute thrashing of the Cincinnati Bengals. They're going to walk in there. I don't think they're going to walk in overconfident, but damn it, Deshaun Watson's going to make some magic. I think the Ravens mess around and lose this game. Jeff Peasley asked again, I agree with you 100% about the playoff picture, but the Vikings will miss the last wild card spot. It ain't going to be the Eagles either. It will be my surprise team this year. The Panthers will make it, but lose a wild card game. That is one hell of a declaration. Who knows how that'll transpire? I'm hoping the Panthers will be able to make quite the push, but I'm not sure if the quarterback play will be up to par. Damn, it's a devastating injury. It appears they could be possibly a torn hamstring. I hope that brother's all right. But 3rd and 6 for the Seattle Seahawks. Good Lord, I've been out all day. I've been up since, let's say 7 o'clock. So I took maybe about a 48-minute nap when I got back to my house about 6 o'clock, and I woke up at about 6:40 something. But that is not enough. I am extremely exhausted. But let me tell you who's going to be exhausted. Those 49ers, if they lose tonight. 3 and 6. All right, 3rd and 6. Russell Wilson over the middle. He's got Flash Gordon. Flash Gordon approaching. Boom, 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 boom. Flash. Savior of the universe. He's picking up a first down when they need him most. Flash Gordon finally approaches and gets a first down for the Seattle Seahawks. His first target on the day, his first catch on the day, and his first catch as a member of the Seattle Seahawks. Finally, Flash Gordon has made an appearance. Good Lord in heaven, 1st and 10, 2:32 left to play. Chris Carson gets the handoff, picks up 4. This is a drive where the 49ers defense has let them down. All day long, they've created turnovers. They've gotten to the quarterback. They've pressured Russell Wilson. But on this final drive, in an attempt to stop the clock, they have failed in getting the ball back into their offense's hands. The ball at the 32-yard line is going to the 2-minute warning. The 49ers do still have 3 timeouts, but they need a stop here because the Seattle Seahawks are in field goal range. 1 first down can catastrophically change the outcome of this game. Because the 49ers want to get the ball back, but Seattle also wants to make sure that they put the 49ers in a precarious position in which they either have to score a touchdown or they do not get that football back. Remember, I made the prediction that the 49ers will lose this game. God darn it, I'm holding myself to that, and I still have faith the Seattle Seahawks will pull this one out. Here we go. Terry Garrett asked, what's my fantasy record? I've played fantasy football 4 different times. I've won 3 different times. Back to Twitter we go. Trey Jackson asked, how do you feel about Stephen A. Smith saying us as Steelers fans will only make the playoffs with the wild card? That's highly plausible, but again, I believe Pittsburgh can win the division. It's doubtful that they, well, I should say it's not probable that they'll win the division, but it's possible because they're only 2 games back. But remember, there's a game and a half with the tiebreaker at the end of the year. If Baltimore loses to the Texans and Pittsburgh doesn't lose another game until the final game of the year, and let's say that they beat Baltimore, they're going to the playoffs as division champions. All Pittsburgh has to do is stay within 1 game and beat Baltimore the last game of the season, and they're division champions. That's literally how it works. All right. So, well, then again, division, record. But Pittsburgh has only played Cincinnati once, played Baltimore once. They're playing Cleveland now. So if Pittsburgh stays in pace with Baltimore, all they have to do is just have a difference of 1 game. If they beat them that final game, Pittsburgh can win the division. So Stephen A. saying that declaration, I understand it's the safe way to say it, but I don't want to hear anything from Stephen A. because he's not even a real Pittsburgh Steelers fan. He's only Steelers fan, when they're winning. When they were losing, he's saying the season's over. All of a sudden, now they're at 5-4. I'm one of the very few Steelers fans out here who publicly said, I believe Pittsburgh can still make a push. When we were 0-3, I said somewhere I saw a Texans team start 0-3 and rattle off 8 straight victories and go to the playoffs. People said I was crazy. Now Pittsburgh is over 500, and now people want to start to believe. Don't switch up now, Stephen A. I don't want to hear it, okay? But make it as a wild card, definitely. All right, Jason Myers this season, 12 for 17. His long was 54. He was 2 for 4 last week and missed an extra point. All right, Jeff Peasley asks, also, I'm rooting for your Pittsburgh Steelers Thursday night. I want them to win the wild card spot because the AFC North next season will be the best division in football. You darn tootin' right. All right, and Hoodie Zay said, how about the Miami Heat? Absolute love the Miami Heat. They will go to the NBA Finals and represent the East. They are a sleeper in the East, and I think darn tootin' they could upset those Philadelphia 76ers. Lamar Swirl says, which QB is better, Mitch Trubisky or Jared Goff? Jared Goff by a mile. All right, 2nd and 6 from the 32-yard line. 2-minute warning. We are in the final act of this NFC West showdown. Russell, I turned the hole into a housewife Wilson. Hand off to Chris Carson. He picks up positive yardage once again. He's going to be tackled for a 3rd and 1 situation from what appears to be the 26-yard line. Now, this is the biggest down of the game thus far. San Francisco uses one of their timeouts in an effort to stop the clock. If I am the Seattle Seahawks, what I'm going to do here is come out with 2 additional tight ends or 1 extra lineman and a tight end. Have them heavy set towards the right. Run a play action fake, but have a drag route coming from Jacob Hollister from the strong side, and that's who I'm throwing the football to. If you throw it to DK Metcalf here, I'm sorry. I believe this man, he did make a sensational clutch catch last week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't think this is going to be the game. If I am the Seattle Seahawks here on this 3rd and 1, I'm coming out with a heavy set towards the left. I'm going to play action fake, and I'm going to throw a drag. You cannot run the QB boot with Russell Wilson because they will keep a running back at home. This had better been a play action fake. They're going to hand it to Carson. Carson's not going to make it. He's going to be stopped short. This was a bad play call. You ran the draw. That was a bad idea. Well, not necessarily ran the draw, but it's one of those delayed handoffs. Terrible play call. Not a fan of that. You set yourself up to where you have to line up for a field goal with 1:49 left to play. 49ers still have 2 timeouts left. This was a bad play call. I would have went play action fake and forced, the 49ers to have to respond. And if you look at it, had Russell Wilson taken the football, he could have ran for the 1st down. This was a bad play call. I'm not a fan of that. It's 4th and 2, but for some apparent reason, they're talking to Russell Wilson as if they're going to go for it. This is interesting. What does this mean? This means that Seattle does not believe that the 49ers offense can go down the field on their defense. 4th and 2 from the 28-yard line. Here we go. 1:49 left on the clock. This is big. I am scooting closer to the damn screen because, damn it, they got me excited. All right, who needs Viagra when you got good football games? All right, here we go. 4th and 2. Russell Wilson looking around, trying to figure out what's going on. Trips to his right. Okay, he's got 3 receivers to his right. There's a timeout coming in from the sideline. It appears there's a timeout from Seattle. They would use their final timeout. Here we go, trying to get people to jump off sides. That appears that's what's transpiring over here. And they're going to the sideline. No, Russell Wilson is still speaking with the coach, they might be going for it. They're going for 3. Myers coming to the field. If the ball is at the... He is 3 for 8 on field goal attempts for 40-plus yards. This is the same Justin Myers who went to the Pro Bowl last year for the New York Jets. 46-yard attempt. Here we go. Myers to give them the lead. The kick through the uprights, and it is good. Sensational job. And I recognize that the Seattle Seahawks were going to try to get the 49ers to jump off sides, but still, that was an asinine way to go and do it. If you were going to try to get them to jump off sides, they should have ran and rushed to the line to do so. Because they went together to go try to formulate a huddle, it made me think they could have possibly went for it. But I guess not. Look at the guns on Jason Myers. Good Lord. Look at the guns on that arm. You know, he doesn't skip arm day. Pete Carroll feeling himself. However, this is a very interesting situation for Seattle because they have no timeouts. What Jason Myers needs to make sure he does is he cannot allow himself to, 1, kick this out of bounds, and 2, the kick-off unit cannot allow themselves to not field this punt, or I should say make the tackle in a timely fashion. Because if the 49ers get a very good return, you're going to have a bad time. Here we go. All right. Kickoff fielded by the 49ers. Decent return to the 26-yard line. And here comes Jimmy G coming onto the field, down by 3. 4 career game-winning drives in the fourth quarter. Obviously, that's the only place you can have a game-winning drive, in the fourth quarter and overtime. You see the offensive lineman giving a little bit of a practice to figure out if this is how I pass block. I'm not too sure. And here we go. On the field, Tevin Coleman, Dwelly, Pettis, Samuel, Bourne. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back. You know they're passing. They are in empty. Here we go. Jimmy G for the middle pass. Should have been intercepted by KJ Wright, but his hands only for decoration. Game could have ended right there. He's asking himself on his knees, what happened to my hands? He could not catch the interception. Jimmy G threw it straight to him. He tried to catch it with his chest, but your nipples, your pectorals, your shoulders do not have hands. They do not have gloves. Use your hands that the Lord gave you. You big dummy. Jimmy G takes the snap on 2nd down. Overthrows Dwelly. It would not be caught. It's 3rd and 10. Kyle Shanahan looking around. We had a 10-point lead. We blew it. I had a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl. I blew it. Can they continue to blow leads like Lisa Ann blows, appendages? Let's see what transpires on 3rd and 10. Keep an eye on the dreadlocks. Jadeveon Clowney has been murdering the 49ers front all doggone day. They kept telling him enough from the clown, but Clowney could not get enough. You see George Kittle sitting there in the booth. My leg, my ankle, could not play. 3rd and 10. Here come the 49ers, baby. Dwelly in motion. Offsides. Immediate neutral zone infraction by 94. It appears there's going to be an offsides encroachment on the play. The 49ers do get a little bit of breathing room. It goes to 3rd and 5 with 1:31 left to play. That is Ziggy Ansah, the old Detroit Lion. Going over the line. He is a very good pass rusher, I might add, but darn tuna, he got to make sure he is more disciplined. You got to understand the down and distance and your alignment, your assignment, your responsibility, and when in the game, you can't be having this sort of movement down the stretch. 3rd and 5, Jimmy G looking over the middle, connects with Dwelly. He catches it. He'd pick up a 1st down for the 49ers, moving the chains, but they've only got 1 timeout left. 1:21 left on the clock. George Kittle sitting back down. He's not standing anymore. His leg, my knee, my ankle. Jimmy G takes the snap, 1st and 10. He doesn't have time. He'd get rid of the football. Nearly intercepted once again, not by KJ Wright this time, but by Bobby Wagner. Lucky for them, it was broken up, and breaking up the pass stops the clock. It's 2nd and 10, 1:10 left on the clock, 31 seconds left on the play clock. Jimmy G on this play had some time in the pocket. Jadeveon Clowney broke free. He tried to connect with Bourne, but it was not fast enough, as you saw the best linebacker in the game, in my opinion, that being Bobby Wagner, get in there and break up that pass. Here we go. 2nd and 10, 1:10 left to play. We line up with trips. No, it's an not empty set. We had Gator. That's what we used to call it in high school. Let's just go with 2 receivers, all right? Gator. All right, he connects with Tevin Coleman. He carried the ball across the 50. Jimmy G trying to hear the play call. They line up to the line because they can't use that final timeout just yet. They're going to try to use it just in case they get into field goal range. They line up with 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Jimmy G takes the snap. It's a pass screen play to Tevin Coleman. He's got some blockers out in front. He'd carry it to the 42-yard line. 41 seconds left to play. Bobby Wagner laying on Tevin Coleman to try to extend the time that he's on the floor. Chase McLaughlin made his longer 50-yard set week 7 when he was with the Chargers. But keep in mind, he's a rookie. Jimmy G on 2nd and 4, looking towards his right, connects with Tevin Coleman. He's tackled and kept in bounds. What a sensational tackle from KJ Wright. 18 seconds left to play. They'd be forced to use their final timeout. What a hell of a tackle from KJ Wright. Kept that man in bounds. Pootis man asked, how is your throat not hurting, brother? You'd have thought I was somewhere on a Brazos set on a homosexual field. My throat is in pain. Pause. No homo. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Here we go. Good Lord, what a tackle from KJ Wright. You talk about making up for not catching the interception. This is not that. He should have caught the interception. But doggone it, that's a hell of a tackle to keep him in bounds, to force the use of that timeout. The ball is on the 37-yard line. The Seattle Seahawks up by 3, 24-21. Here we go. Empty set for the 49ers. Jimmy G over the middle connects with Deebo Samuel. He gets to the 30. 14 seconds left. There we go. They have to spot the ball. 9 seconds left to play. Jimmy G takes the snap. There's no flag for illegal formation. 6 seconds left to play. They must go out for the field goal. Robbie Gould beside himself that he is not healthy to go out there and kick. The veteran could not go out there and kick. So it's up to Chase McLaughlin. Early in pregame, you saw him connect on a 57-yard field goal, but that's not with anything on the line. That's just warming up. Anybody can make a kick when the game's not on the line, but now the pressure is on. His heart is beating. No timeouts remaining. Nobody left to ice the kicker. He's 2 for 2 today, making it from 43, making it from 39, 47-yard attempt to send the game to overtime. Kick through the uprights. It's good. We're going to overtime out in Levi Stadium. 24-24, Seattle and the 49ers tied up. 1 second left to play. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a sensational game here in the NFC West battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. And if you're watching this on YouTube, we got 703 in the chat room. Do me a favor, hit that like button. And more importantly, because we might possibly be going to overtime, do me one favor. If you have an iPhone, I need you to download this here app named Hot Mic. All right, it's absolutely free. It gives power to the creators and lets you listen to the commentator that you would like to hear from, rather than having to listen to these commentators who don't really have much excitement on your television. What you can do is download the Hot Mic app. It is synced to your television, and you can hear the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis, rather than hearing whoever it is that's covering Monday Night Football. And you don't want to have to hear Booger McFarland, because he says the most simple things and tries to make it seem as if it's profound. All right, we're gonna have here a pass or a run. Who the hell wants to hear that? But the kick is gonna be squibbed. It's recovered by Tyler Lockett. He takes the knee, and to overtime we go. But download that Hot Mic app. If you have an iPhone, use a promo code Adonis. If you'd like to donate, the super chat is live. Feel free to donate there, or PayPal or Patreon. Feel free. Moving forward, we'll continue the shout outs going, but damn it, we've got a good one out there in the state of California where we got a tie game and a battle for the NFC West. We had a 10-0 lead early for the 49ers. They squandered it. Seattle jumped out to a 21-10 lead, 11-point lead, and then we had a defensive touchdown and a field goal, and here we are tied up at the end of regulation. And once again, happy Veterans Day. Shout out to Steve Downs putting 5 on it, saying, by the way, happy Veterans Day. Thank you, veterans. Today being the Veterans Day, we take an opportunity to remember those who are with us and those who are not, and all of those who have served in the armed forces. I've had several different guys who are veterans who support me, and I truly do appreciate you guys for the service to our country. Out to call it at the toss is Geno Smith and Richard Sherman. Let's see what they called. There's 0 coaching challenge in overtime. Everything must go to the booth. Heads is the call by Geno Smith. Geno Smith actually won something. He won the coin toss. Now that San Francisco has lost it, keep in mind, overtime rules is this. First team to score a touchdown wins. However, if you connect on a field goal, the opposing team has the opportunity. So, what does that mean? If the Seattle Seahawks can go down the field and score a touchdown, this game is over. Judging by how their offense has been working, they have the ability to do so. However, there's a couple of key things that they should keep in mind. First and foremost, play call selection. The run game has been positive when you get into third and short situations, but utilize the play action fake, utilize that QB boot, utilize that dragging route when you have Russell Wilson on the move. When you look at Russell Wilson this particular season, he has played very well when it comes to the play action pass and also passing the football out of the pocket. One of the better quarterbacks in the league. So if I am the Seattle Seahawks, this overtime, I'm running the football to get positive yardage, but do not feel afraid to use that play action fake, whether it's on third and short or even if it's on second and long. Now, when it comes to getting into field goal range, you want to finish in the end zone. You don't want to give the football back to that San Francisco 49ers offense because you had an opportunity to end this game on that final drive, but KJ Wright's hands just for decoration, and they simply could not get the job done. All right, so 2 key tips for the Seahawks here. For one, utilize that play action pass. 2, do not put yourself in a precarious decision or precarious position where you have to settle for field goals. Here we go into overtime. The kickoff is coming. Seattle back to receive the kick. Oh man, we're in for an exciting finish. We're in for an exciting finish, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. 10 minutes left to play. Overtime, kickoff, going deep. The San Francisco 49ers kick it into the end zone. It's fielded and taking a knee, and here comes Russell Wilson taking on Richard Sherman. And Richard Sherman has been here before. He knows how dangerous Danger Russ is. He knows that he can get things done. He's letting that defense know all you need is one play. All you need is one stop. That's all you need. You play your heart out. But Russell Wilson knows better than anybody. Darn tootin', you give us an opportunity, you give us an inch, we'll take a mile. Bobby Wagner thinking about that last possession. How they had an opportunity to end that game, but they failed. KJ Wright's on the sideline asking himself, what happened to my hands? 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Russell Wilson takes the snap. Play action fake to Chris Carson. Connects with his man. He picks up 7. Did he step out of bounds? Yes, he did. He picks up 7, goes out of bounds at the 32-yard line. We've got 2nd and 3. Shouts out to Nick 54 123. Literally became a veteran a couple of days ago, but I love the videos, man. Shout out to you, Nick. Thank you for your service to our country. We truly do appreciate you for keeping the American soil safe. All right, here we go. 2nd and 3. Russell Wilson takes the snap. He's got time in the pocket, floats the ball left. He's got DK Metcalf, but the pass is broken up. There should have been a flag on the play for face guarding, but damn it, there wasn't. He put his hands up at the right time. Once again, I understand how clutch DK Metcalf can be. I get the play action fake. I love him going down the field. That was a hell of a pass. DK Metcalf got to bring that out. You got to bring it down. He tried to catch with his forearms. You got to catch that with your hands. You have to catch that with your hands. This is the third time this game in which that ball did not touch this man's hands and secure it. That is bad. Tyler Lockett is on the sideline. I'm not a fan of that. There must have been an injury at one point that I must have missed. Tyler Lockett is not in there. You need diversion at times like this. Now, you have a trips bunch on the right-hand side. Russell Wilson takes the snap, throws it over the middle. Pass is caught by Flash. Savior of the universe. Flash Gordon is approaching. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. Richard Sherman right in your face. The dreadlock powers was not activated. Playing against his older team. Emotions are high. Monday Night Football. National audience. But damn it, he didn't get it done. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Hands just for decoration for Chris Carson. But still, the Seattle Seahawks are not in field goal range. It was a hell of a catch on 3rd down, but they're not in field goal range, ladies and gentlemen. 9 minutes left to play in overtime. Still a plethora of time remaining. Tyler Lockett unable to go. Only 4 targets, 3 catches for 26 yards. He's not on the field. Russell Wilson's favorite target is not there. On the field for Russell Wilson is Chris Carson, Jacob Hollister, DK Metcalf, Melvin Gordon, and also Turner. From the 46-yard line, here comes Seattle. Russell, I turned the hole into a housewife. Wilson takes the snap, rolling towards his right. He gets sacked at the 40. No, he escapes. Good Lord in heaven. Houdini is alive. Russell Wilson escapes the sack, somehow makes some positive yardage and gains 2. This man is a wizard. I do not understand. He is capable of magic. This is ridiculous. How did he get away? Thank the Lord in heaven there was some LMI that was playing inside of the stadium, and he was tripping on you. And Nick Bosa and Buckner was able to get their hands on his ankle to bring him down, because I'm telling you right now, if he kept his balance, that'd have been a gigantic run, and he would have brought the Seattle Seahawks into field goal range. But it is 3rd and 16. They did mark it down as a sack. Here we go. Russell Wilson takes the snap, rolling towards his right. He escapes Buckner. No flag on the field. Throws it down the field. It's caught by Turner. He makes a turn. Good Lord, he's making spinning moves all over the places. Beyblade, let it rip. He's down at the 32-yard line. Hit him on top. Use rapid spin for the win. He puts him in position. Look at this magnificent play. Russell Wilson hits Turner. He stays in bounds, hits the spin move. Good Lord in heaven. I activate my trap card. What is that? Dust tornado, pussy. He picks up the 1st down at the right time. Good Lord in heaven. What a play. We've got a 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. I am excited. May or may not be erect. Who needs Cialis commercials? Hands off to Chris Carson, but there might have been a timeout on the play. The previous play is under review. They're going to see when he went out of bounds. They're going to make sure, well, it's a fact that it was a catch that was in bounds over there. Geno Smith clapping it up. Woo, I'm on the bench. I'm a bench warmer. People had high expectations for me. I did not live up to any of them. Eli Manning finally had his streak of consecutive starts snapped, but they put me in the game. Did I do anything? Absolutely not. Look at this play. Turner stays in bounds. Good look at the space. There's green in betwixt his cleat and the sideline. That's how you play football, baby. Good Lord, I am excited. Who needs to go to sleep? Me. But we're not talking about that right now. What a play. What a play. The referees cannot, there's no way in hell they're going to overturn, the distance and the yardage for this play. What a play by Turner. Good Lord in heaven. That is a catch. That's big-time players making big-time plays in big-time games. What a play. What a play. Oh, my Lord. After the review, the call on the field stands. The ball is spotted at the 32-yard line. Give me your ankles. Give me your ankles. Evidently, Turner turned into a rogue podiatrist. What happened? He was out here taking people's legs, taking people's feet. Tyler Lockett without his helmet, so evidently there could be something that's going on in his head. Here we go. Chris Carson Hollister, Metcalf, Moore, and Turner on the field. No Flash Gordon. 7 minutes left to play. Russell Wilson in field goal range takes the snap. He's got time in the pocket, gets the ball to Hollister. He holds on to the football, carries it inside the 20. All momentum on side of Seattle. All right, they're inside the 20. Where did they enter? The period colored zone. Where did those Crips enter? The Suwhoop zone. Where did they enter? The Tokokino zone. Rosetta Stone Greek. That's my favorite language when I come to, putting on the translation for the red zone. And here we go. Oh, my Lord. 7 receptions, 58 yards, 1 TD for Jacob Hollister. Hand off to Chris Carson. He breaks a tackle, runs it to the 14-yard line. All momentum on the side of Seattle. They want to score. They want to put this game on ice. But let me tell you something. If they get inside the 5 and they throw a football, if they throw a pass inside to try to get the end zone, I am going to have a conniption. I will be apoplectic live on Hot Mic. And ladies and gentlemen, you're tuned in to a very exciting Monday Night Football game, a battle for the NFC West. Do me a favor, if you have an iPhone, download that Hot Mic app, utilize the promo code Adonis. Go over for the final plays of this game on Hot Mic and listen to my commentary live to where there is no playback. On YouTube, there's a bit of a playback, about a minute delay. If you watch me on Hot Mic, you're getting it in real time. Pass intercepted. He got a man. He plays for the other team. The San Francisco 49ers looking to get into the end zone. Oh, my Lord. He breaks a tackle. Running down the sideline. He's got a convoy of bodies pushed out of bounds. What a play. Interception by the 49ers defense. Their 4th takeaway on the day. 4 sacks. Sensational game. George Kittle is back on his feet. Russell Wilson maybe not as clutch as he thought he was. He cannot drive. He can't drive manual cars. He does not have the stick shift. He's driving automatic because he don't got the clutch in the car. Looking for Jacob Hollister. Throws up a duck. Intercepted by the 49ers. They said he had a man, but he plays for the other team. Yoshi intercepted by the 49ers. What a play by Greenland. Good Lord in heaven. What sensational play by Greenland. That 49ers defense is legit. I'm telling you right now, they're playing good football. Russell Wilson got the curls going, but damn it, he don't got them W's going right now. All that momentum was on their side. And now with this turnover, the overtime rules have since changed. The next score wins. Whether it's a field goal or a touchdown, the next score wins. Here come the 49ers from the 49-yard line of the Seattle Seahawks. Raheem Mostert picks up 3 yards to the 46. Take a look at Russell Wilson looking around, shocked, bewildered. He thought he could be out here making miracles. Maybe that's not the case. Chase McLaughlin just needs to get into field goal range. Remember, he made a 50-yard field goal with the San Diego Chargers, the Los Angeles Chargers earlier in the year in Week 7. He's made a 43-yarder, a 47-yarder, and a 39-yarder on the day. Jadeveon Clowney with a sensational pass rush, trying to get to Jimmy G. He's got to throw the football away. Jadeveon Clowney with a touchdown earlier, with a strip sack earlier, with another sack earlier, making plays for that Seahawks defense. Look at the move on Joe Staley. Had him looking like Sam Darnold out there because he was seeing ghosts. Look at that pass rush. I'm telling you right now, the San Francisco want enough from the Clown. And I'm telling you right now, the Seahawks defense is getting enough from the Clown. That's what the hell's going on right now. Here we go. 5 QB hits on the day from Jadeveon Clowney. They need him now more than ever. 3rd and 7. 49ers need to convert. There is it appears there might have been a timeout. There might have been a timeout coming from San Francisco. Good Lord in heaven, what an exciting finish we're fixing to have here in Santa Clara between the 49ers and the San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco 49ers and the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. Good Lord, I am exhausted watching this damn game. Been up since 7, but damn it, I am going to fight through it all to see what transpires here. It's Greenlaw, not Greenland. It is Greenlaw. All right, the next score wins the game. Quan Alexander chatting it up with Greenlaw. He's drinking some water because he's like, man, if I didn't have my arm in this sling, I'd have been out there making interceptions my doggone self. 3rd and 7 from the 46-yard line. No Emmanuel Sanders. No George Kittle. Jimmy G looking left. He would connect with Raheem Mostert. He'd pick up the first down for the 49ers and keep their drive alive. Great spot from the referees. Jimmy G with a clutch pass outside. And damn it, the 49ers are moving the chains. You're damn right, Sasquatch. Adonis needs a Sinzu bean. I need one in the worst way. I need a monster reborn. Jimmy G tonight, 24 for 42, 248, 1 TD, 1 INT. Looking to take, the receipt to the sperm bank because he wants his comeback. Here we go. Play action. No, there's no play action fake. Handoff to Raheem Mostert. He would pick up 8 yards and get them to the 31-yard line. All momentum on side of the Seattle. Pardon me, there's not the Seattle. All momentum on the side of the 49ers. And we got a donation that just came in from Acalis. Is that Acalis? Is that Ascalis? I think that's how it's pronounced. If the Seahawks lose, please tell KJ Wright to put his head back down. You darn tootin', I'm going to tell him to put his head back down. 2nd and 2. Handoff. Raheem Mostert. He would be participating in the Frank Costanza challenge because he stopped short for a 1-yard loss. That would set up 3rd and 3 from what appears to be, the 32-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney talking. Saying, hey, man, I don't care what none of y'all do. Y'all can't stop me. 3rd and 2 from, is it from the 32? No, it appears. Yes, it is. Okay, I thought they had it around in a different sort of direction. All right, here we go. And CJ Hilliard says, crazy game. You're damn right it's a crazy game. From the 30. Jimmy G hands it off. Stop in the backfield. No, he fights for the first down. Perhaps it's a first down. The referees signal it could be a first. It all comes down to the spot here. With 3 minutes left to play. They're going to stop him short. Frank Costanza challenge. It's 4th down. They're probably going to call out the measuring for the measuring. Look at the effort here. That's a first down. That is a first down. That's a first down. They measure him short, but that's a first down. If I was the referees, I would review this. He's going to be stopped short. I would review this. But on 4th and 1, they're probably going to send out their field goal unit. And out comes Chase McLaughlin. Here we go. Cut by the Los Angeles Chargers. Came only to San Francisco because of an injury to Robbie Gould. He connected on a 39-yarder, a 43-yarder, a 47-yarder, and here he is on Monday Night Football, the rookie, to put the ball through the uprights to extend the 49ers win streak to 9 and keep them perfect. Raheem Mostert, Jimmy G, keeping the drive alive. Interception from Greenlaw in overtime to give the 49ers an opportunity to salvage that 10-0 lead they squandered. And this should be called as a first down, but it wasn't. But on 4th and 1, can Chase McLaughlin live up to what the expectations of his team is and keep the 49ers as the only perfect team in the NFL? They're reviewing the call right here. Raheem Mostert with the second effort, the second win, the refusal to go down. In my opinion, that's a first. There's a lot of overlooking. He landed on the body of his teammate. I would say that's a first down, man. I'd say that's a first down. Here comes the official call from the referees. Wow. They said the ruling on the field stands. Well, that's utter bollocks. But here we go. The pressure on the shoulders of Chase McLaurin. Chase McLaughlin, pardon me. But as I said, cut by cut by the Los Angeles Chargers. He's had 0 field goal attempts in overtime in college or the NFL. From what appears to be 47 yards out. He just made this field goal. Timeout from the Seattle Seahawks. They called it kind of early. I thought maybe they could, ice him a little bit earlier. Or I should say later. But here it is. Will he be iced? Oh, my Lord. This is coming down to the wire. I expected this game to be close, but who knew that it would turn out like this? An opportunity to win this game. Robbie Gould still beside himself, wishing that he had an opportunity to be out there with his guys and put that ball through the uprights. If you remember 2 weeks ago, Adam Vinatieri, arguably the greatest kicker of all time, an opportunity to win the game in Pittsburgh, but the laces were in, and that cost them. Will that be the fate of the 49ers? 47-yard attempt for Chase McLaughlin. The snap is good. The kick is up. It's wide to the left. It's no good. Somebody get Undertaker on the phone. Somebody hit the gong. It's no good. He did not make it. The rookie who never attempted a field goal in overtime in college or in the pros goes out there with his opportunity to win the game and fails. Go off the field, young man. Put your motherfucking head back down. Could not get the job done. The laces were out. The kick was up. It was wide to the left. He was playing the damn cha-cha slide to the left. He was playing the Cupid shuffle to the left. He could not get it done. There was a Pidgeotto on the field. He got hit with the whirlwind and the ball sailed to the left. Could not get it done. And what happens? Seattle has new life. They get another opportunity to go down the field. And keep in mind that the next score does win. Russell Wilson has an opportunity to make up for the missed field goal that he had, or I should say the interception that he threw. Handoff to Chris Carson. He gets a good hole. He carries it to the 44-yard line, and we have the 49ers on their heels. All right, 2:55 left to play. Play calling coming in. Seattle knowing that they have them on their heels, and here they go. All right. Russell Wilson with Hollister on the field, with Metcalf, with Moore, with Turner, with Carson. Takes the snap with trips to the right, hands it off to Carson. He would be stopped at the 45 if you take the forward momentum. And we've got another third down situation. I believe the 49ers will most likely use their timeout here, but if they don't, damn it, better to leave with a tie than to leave with a damn loss. Chris Carson limping, trying to get the legs back under him. They're not going to put in Rashad Penny because they do not trust this man does not still have butterfingers. Here we go, 3rd and 2, and you have 2:12 left to play. Russell Wilson relaying the play to his team. If I was them, not only, well, they're lining up in empty, so I don't think they're going to have a play action fake here. Matter of fact, no, they're not going to line up in empty with Chris Carson on the field. They're going to utilize their timeout. They have one left. They call it with 1:59 left to play. For some apparent reason, the overtime clock has shifted to 20 seconds, and now it's gone back to 2 minutes left to play. Chase McLaurin completely beside himself, trying to figure out why the hell he could not make that kick. Oh boy. Pidgeotto's on the field. Desmond Edmonds said, dope Pidgeotto sound that you made. Thank you very much. I tried my best to make it sound, but I do not have the octaves to hit the high sound. You want to hear Pidgeotto one more time? That's what the hell it was. No, that one wasn't it. I can't do it. I can't do it. All I know is there was Pokemon on the field. There could have been a Skarmory. I can't do it. I can't do it. Damn, the Pokemon know it better than me. All right? All I know is what happened to his foot. Could not get it done. He is not having a good time right now. And 2 minutes left to play. The laces were not in. The laces were out. He just flat out missed it. Flat out missed it. 2 minutes left to play. What a game. down to the wire. Overtime entertaining. Jason Myers, a 58-yard field goal was his career long. He made in 2015 with the Jaguars in his 5th season this year. Pro Bowler with the Jets, connecting on more field goals last year than anybody else. I went to the Jets taking on the Colts where he made 7 field goals on that day. This man is a reliable toe, but can the Seahawks get him in position? There was a 2-minute warning that transpired. It was not a timeout from Seattle, but now Seattle uses their timeout. 3rd and 2. Still, if you take a look at the NFC West, the Cardinals at the bottom of the division at 3-6-1. The Rams at 5-4. The Seahawks at 7-2, and the 49ers at 8-0. Both the Seahawks and 49ers undefeated in their division. We'll see what will happen this particular game. Will they end in a tie, or will one team, that being the Seattle Seahawks with the perfect opportunity, take that divisional, take one divisional win away from the 49ers? Russell Wilson walking into the huddle. Tonight he's been pretty much perfect with the exception of that overtime interception. 21 for 29, 217 on the day, 1 TD and 1 INT with 35 rush yards. He should utilize his legs here. Metcalf, Moore, Turner, and Hollister on the field with Carson. Wilson takes the snap, looking over towards his left. The pass is broken up, incomplete to DK Metcalf. Cannot pick up the first down for the Seattle Seahawks. It's broken up. They're going to be forced to punt the ball away. The 49ers have life once again. And what do you know? It is DK Metcalf with the lack of hands once again. What happened to his hands? The man simply cannot catch today. He refuses to turn his hands over. He keeps trying to do hands like this, and he's dropped yet another football. They wish they had Tyler Lockett on the field. Dixon to kick the ball. There's no fake. Punts it deep. It's going to be fielded by the 49ers exactly at the 20. They have another opportunity. 1:50 left on the clock. This appears to probably be the last drive of the game. Here comes Jimmy G coming onto the field. 1 timeout remaining. Oh, remember, 4 game-winning drives for Jimmy G. Chase McLaughlin waiting for another opportunity, wanting to make up for his early miss. Can this be reminiscent of when the Cardinals played the Seahawks a couple years back that ended, I believe it was 6-6, where in overtime there was 3 missed kicks? Well, we're going to find out what transpires here. You don't got to wait until the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. You just got to wait a couple of seconds. And on the field for Garoppolo, you have Bourne, Samuels, Pettis, Dwelly, and Mostert. Ball is tipped into the air. Luckily not intercepted. KJ Wright had another opportunity. Griffith was there as well. I should say Griffin was there. It was not intercepted by Shaquille Peter Griffin. What happened at the line? Those linemen got their hands up. Reed got his hand on the ball, deflected the pass, and darn it, if Griffin was a little bit taller, he could have activated his dreadlock powers and intercepted that with one hand. Linemen, if you're playing in the NFL at any point, or if you're playing in high school, college, Pop Warner, remember, if you can't get to the quarterback, damn it, just put your hands up. Good things can happen. Trey Jackson saying that DK Metcalf turning himself into Dante Moncrief. You're damn right. Dante Pettis, his hands also for decoration. Can't hold on to the football. 3rd and 10. 1:43 left to play in overtime. More importantly, back-to-back incompletions. You did not take time off of the clock. They came onto the field with 1:50 left to play. 1:49 left to play. Only 7 seconds have elapsed. If you can't convert here and it's an incomplete pass, you're giving the 49ers, pardon me, you're giving the Seahawks the ball back with over 90 seconds. That's not what you want. Jadeveon Clowney, who's been playing absolutely sensational today, can he get to the quarterback for his 6th quarterback hit on the day? 3rd and 10 from the 20. Jimmy Garoppolo takes the snap, looking to go deep. He's got a man. It's Deebo Samuels, but it's broken up by Shaquille Griffin. What a play. He's down. He is hurt, but not hurt enough to not make a play. Back onto the field he trots. What a breakup. Deebo Samuels had him on the deep 9 route. He was running the fade. It looked like he was trying to fight, but what a 2-hand breakup by Griffin. He shows he don't drive automatic. He's got the clutch in the car. All his life, his brother had to fight with one hand. He understands struggle. He knows when your back is up against the wall, you cannot quit, and he did not quit. And look at that magnificent breakup that he had on that play. San Francisco to punt the ball back to the to punt the ball back to the Seahawks. Great return from he fielded pass, or I should say return from Moore. He takes it to the 35-yard line. I don't know what the hell I was talking about in the last 15 seconds. They got me over here hype. What a play from the Dreadlock Powers in the Dreadlock Bible. Here comes Russell Wilson onto the field. The most fourth quarter comeback victories, or I should say the more fourth quarter game-winning drives since 2012. 31, I believe. Looking to make up for the lack of, execution in this fourth quarter. Interception in overtime. He's 4 for 8, 62 yards. Lack of conversion on the last drive. Both teams desperately trying to walk away with the W. Russell Wilson finds Chris Carson out of bounds at the 40. Stops the clock. Stops the clock. He's limping, a little bit hurt. He's still got his jewelry on site. Make sure there is no Aqib Talibs around because your jewelry is not safe. We've got 888 in the on the YouTube stream. We've got 896 likes. If we could get those likes to 915, that would be nice. Jacob Hollister catches the pass but does not turn upfield. He catches it, stays in bounds. Or did he go out of bounds? No, the clock has stopped. Jacob Hollister could never be sponsored by the same company as Kawhi Leonard because he does not have New Balance. Here we go. 3rd and short once again. 3rd and 3. Russell, I turned a hoe into a housewife. Wilson looking to take the snap and lead his Seattle Seahawks to a victory over the undefeated 49ers. He's got that C on his chest, not for Sierra, but because he's a captain, leader of men. He's looking to take the snap. On 3 seconds left to play in the play clock, takes the snap. Here comes the pass rush. Russell Wilson, nobody around, running down the middle of the field. He's going to slide at the 40. No, it's not the 40. He slides at the 38. He gets them near Jason Myers' field position. He puts him in Jason Myers' field goal range. Remember, Jason Myers connected on a 58-yard field goal with the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2015. Lining from the 39-yard line. If they were to line up, it would be 50. No, it would not be 50. That'd be stupid. DK Metcalf catches the ball. Remember, he had an early fumble. He carries it to the 31-yard line, 44 seconds. No timeouts remaining for the Seahawks. They have to be able to move the football here. If I'm them, I'd hand the ball off to Chris Carson. If you're at the 31-yard line, you're setting up. This is probably about a 49-yard field goal. Let's get a little bit more yardage. Chris Carson gets the handoff, gets a block. He carries it to the 24-yard line. 26 seconds left to play. There's no timeouts remaining. Jason Myers, not sure what hash mark he wants the football to be on. He's 6 for 9 in lead, changing field goal attempts in the final 2 minutes, fourth quarter or overtime in his 5th season. Here comes 13 seconds left for the Seattle Seahawks. They're probably going to spike it here. They're going to let the clock go all the way down to 3 seconds most likely, spike the ball, and here we go. Did he take the knee? Did he just take a knee? Oh, no, he spiked it. Oh, good Lord. I don't know what happened. His body motion looked as if he just took a knee. Nobody wants to be like Kirk Cousins a couple years back with the Redskins when he took a knee going into halftime when he was supposed to spike the ball to set up a field goal. But here we go. 2nd and 10. They're not going for it. What matters here is it's probably going to be about a 49, 48-yard field goal for Jason Myers. Earlier today, he's 1 for 1, made a 46-yard field goal. But this one's for all the marbles. His heart is beating. Pa-pum, pa-pum. Pom-pom, pom-pom, pom-pom. A lot of people, you see the 49ers fans saying, damn it, I hope that he misses. Damn, well, wait a minute. It's a 42-yard attempt. That's right, because Chris Carson did carry it to the inside the 25. 42-yard attempt. Jason Myers kicked through the uprights. It's good, but wait a minute. San Francisco still has a timeout. They ice the kicker. But will it work, Kyle Shanahan? Will it work? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. I'm not going to do the damn instrumental. Look at this magnificence from Russell Wilson. This is what makes him dangerous. If you don't leave a QB spy on Russell Wilson, he can utilize his legs, and that's exactly what he did. He says, I may not be Saquon Barkley. I don't got tree trunks for legs, but damn it, my legs work. Sebastian Cole says, I've been a fan since around the 3,000 pound ish, since about 3,000 subs, and I freaking love you, no homo, pause, not that there's anything wrong with that. I like it. Here we go, 42-yard attempt for Jason Myers to win the game for the Seattle Seahawks. Kicks it up, and it's going to be good. Seattle walks into Santa Clara, goes in to Levi Stadium, says, we don't wear Levi's, we wear Wrangler jeans. You like that? Good, comfortable jeans, real comfortable jeans. Walked out with the W. Down go the 49ers. There is no undefeated team left in the NFL. Richard Sherman is salty. Get him some idolized salt. He's over there, diamond salt in his hand. He's not feeling the result. Look at the hold. Magnificent hold from Dixon. The laces were out. The kick was up. The kick was good. San Francisco loses their first game on the year. Sensational kick from Myers. And here we go. The Seattle Seahawks take down the juggernaut, and the 72 Dolphins are somewhere drinking barbecue. They're somewhere drinking Hennessy. They're somewhere drinking Tennessee whiskey, because they are no longer having to worry about a team possibly being undefeated and beating them the way that the Patriots did. But damn it, what a win. What a win. Look at Jimmy G upset. He's going to have to call over a harlot. He's going to have to get a professional, escort. He's going to have to call over a porn star to try to ease his transgressions. Kyle Shanahan knowing once again he's blown a double-digit lead when they needed him most, on prime time in front of the whole world. What a game from Seattle. Holy smokes. Look at Richard Sherman's face. Heartbroken, in pain, could not utilize his dreadlock powers when they needed him. And here we go in the meeting in the middle of the field. Bobby Wagner meeting Richard Sherman running into Griffin, completely in pain. There's the jersey swap, but still, tonight, the victor went not to the home team, not to the team wearing the red, not to that 5 Super Bowl champions. Oh no, it's to the Seattle Seahawks. And Russell turns a hole into a housewife. Wilson finds a way to turn, a game-winning drive into a W, as Jason Myers would put the kick through the uprights. It was good from 42 yards out, and the Seahawks win 27-24. In overtime. My prediction was correct. Down go the undefeated 49ers. And damn it, that has been your 2019 NFL Week 10 primetime Monday Night Football live game highlight commentary from the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis. Good Lord, what a game. What a game. In the comment section, from Trey Jackson, he said the Steelers have a running back with an INT. You're damn right they do. Rhino 4563 says, Adonis, seeing Clowney in his natural position at DN, do you think Houston was stupid for not to adapt their defense to make Clowney and Watts as bookend DNs? I definitely do believe they were stupid. They kept using Clowney as this linebacker. That was retarded. All right, what you want to do is have Clowney play what he does best, and that's exactly what Seattle is doing, maximizing on his talents. So yes, Houston was idiots, and they should have never said, oh, we're gonna just roll with one, because Watt had back-to-back seasons where he was hurt. You should have kept Clowney there. You shouldn't have not been stingy, and damn it, now you're gonna pay for it. Desmond Edmond, I'm a man of my word. Another 10 on it. Pop that champagne, Dolphins, and my fellow Dolphins fans. You're damn right, because the Dolphins remain as the only undefeated team in NFL history to go on and win a Super Bowl. Yes, the Patriots did win. They went undefeated in 2007, but they could not get the job done. Eli Manning, the helmet of David Tyree, Plaxico Burress, they got it done. What a game. What a game, what a finish. Congratulations to the Dolphins, because they're only celebrating. Only the 72 Dolphins. Larry Zonka, you could go and bust open, your champagne. Who else was on that team? Garo Yepremian. Well, he can't bust open his champagne. He's too busy. Too busy being dead. All right, but still, sensational game from the Seattle Seahawks to walk away with the W. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. First and foremost, to everybody on Hot Mic, I appreciate you for rolling with me as long as you did for all of the streams of the game, the 4 hours that we were live. I appreciate you for that. That was great. All right, now regarding the what happened with the let's see, who else was there? On Hot Mic, yes. For you guys, rocking with me for the entire commentary, I appreciate you for that. Rolling with me as long as you did. On YouTube, we had as much as 900 people in the stream. I appreciate you guys for that. Staying with me, hitting the like button. We're over 1,000 likes on the live stream. Everybody who downloaded Hot Mic, I appreciate you. Everybody who stayed there on Hot Mic, I appreciate you. Everybody who stayed here on YouTube, I appreciate you. We still got 626 in the chat room. A lot of Seahawks fans fans are happy in the chat room. Dolphins fans are happy in the chat room. We just got 50 on it. Good Lord. Thank the Lord for Brian Linker. All right, he says, as I'm a Hawks fan and I'm in a good mood, here you go. Keep up the good work, man. Big shout out to Brian Linker for 50, putting 50 on it. I truly do appreciate you guys. If you want to donate, feel free to hit the super chat, or you can utilize those links in my description, where you got your Cash App, you got PayPal, you got Patreon, you also got Cameo. And I'm telling you right now, if you want a personalized shout out video from me, just hit me up on Cameo. I believe it's only about $12. I will deliver it for you in a timely fashion. If not tonight, then definitely tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then at any point this week. But damn it, this has been fun, and I appreciate you guys. Post-game thoughts, I'll say this much. The 49ers defense is legit. You should not overlook that 49ers defense. They come to play often. They come to play every single game. 4 turnovers this particular game. They had 4 sacks, or I believe, no, maybe 5 sacks on the day. They got pressure on Russell Wilson all doggone day. They brought the game to overtime. They had a defensive touchdown. But offensively, there was some ineptitude that was there. They were missing George Kittle. They were missing Emmanuel Sanders, and that truly showed. That lack of offensive passing attack, it came to bite Jimmy G in the buttocks. On the ground, Matt Breida didn't do too much. Tevin Coleman didn't do too much. Raheem Mostert started running very effectively in that second half. I'm not sure what happened with when Kyle Shanahan was talking to the running back coach or whatever the case was, but once Raheem Mostert got into the game, the offense started to flow a little bit better for the 49ers, but it just was not enough to walk away with the W, and that missed field goal in overtime from Chase McLaurin will come back to haunt them, and damn it, it did. More importantly, the defense from the Seattle Seahawks was absolutely sensational. Jadeveon Clowney on this game, he gets the game ball. You talk about playing great football. 6 QB hits, forced fumble, and a fumble recovery that resulted in a touchdown. Sensational job. Offensively, on the ground, Chris Carson gave him positive yards. He may not have ran for as much yards as people would have anticipated. Let me check how much he ran from right now. But when we're talking about the Seattle Seahawks team, you got to mention Russell Wilson. Down the stretch, he made the plays that you had to get done. DK Metcalf, he had 3 drops, but damn it, when they needed him to make a catch, he made a catch. Big shout-outs to a Turner, that sensational catch in the 4th quarter to put the Seahawks in a position to kick that what should have been the game-winning field goal. Hell of a play on 3rd and long. Chris Carson on the day, he had 89 yards. That's a hell of a game. All right, DK Metcalf, 70 yards. But Russell Wilson, the name of the game is how you play at quarterback, and that's exactly what he did, is gone out there and played good football. 24 for 34, 232 yards, 1 TD, 1 INT. That only blemish coming in overtime on a sensational catch from Greenlaw. All right, but great game from start to finish. Great game in a battle for the NFC West. I predicted the Seahawks to win this game, and damn it, they did. Hell of a game from the 49ers. Great effort, but it just was not enough to get the job done. Because when it comes to Chase McLaurin, or I should say Chase McLaughlin, putting that field goal through the uprights, it was good. But damn it, did it help them come back and win? Absolutely not. Titan Omega, I appreciate you. You're putting 5 on it. Someone get Adam Sandler on the phone, because the Niners just blew it. You're damn right. They definitely did. But once again, because it is past midnight, I'm about ready to go to sleep my doggone self. I appreciate everybody who tuned in on Hot Mic. And even though the game is over, do me one favor. If you have an iPhone, all right, if you have an Apple iPhone, what I need you to do is download this app. You utilize the promo code Adonis, and then you download that app, and next time when I go live this Thursday night for the Steelers versus Browns, I will be live. I need you to watch me live on that Hot Mic app. If you got an Android, we just got to wait about a month, and then once we get all the software done, we will be going live moving forward. But I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in to Hold My Nugget Studios for your 2019 NFL Week 10 Monday Night Football game highlight commentary live from the Diligent, Vigilant, Meticulous, Sagacious, Conscientious, Analytical, Methodical Individual, the Chiseled Adonis. This has been your commentary. I truly do appreciate you guys. I will tune in to you guys, next time or I should say you will tune in to me next time we go live. I'm gonna head off here. I'm gonna sign off here. Stay tuned tomorrow at 5. The game highlight commentary for the Cowboys versus the Vikings will be up along with this game as well. So you stay tuned for that, and I'm signing off. You have yourself a sensational night.